I like this ambience, it's quite nice. It's like, I will say, I don't know if this means that I'll be playing all these, but one day maybe. I still need to finish Doom 64 if I ever want to get around to it. I always feel weird when I don't finish a game, but man, I feel like Doom 64 was one of those games where I don't know if I was ever destined to finish it, but maybe one day. I feel like first-person shooters are in a unique spot for me where, for like first-person games in general are, at least from what I can tell, they're surprisingly, they're like kind of, I don't want to say sparse, but they're definitely not as common as the third-person games we play, or at the very least like third-person, you know, perspectives, as it were. Because a lot of games feel like it's like, you know, the language of describing what you do in a game is very much in the first person. You know, I did this, I did that. But the actions of playing a game, it's more like you're controlling characters and you're bringing things together that happen in a third person state. You know, like, you know, you're playing a game, oh, the characters went and did this and then they did that. But, you know, you're behind the controls, but they're different. I have no idea what Heretic's about. I will say, I looked at the other ones. I like this one being so crunchy. Look at that. That is some crunch right there. This one also looks cool. I think all these look really cool. I feel like this would be the kind of thing I would have seen on the shelves and been like, all right, let me see this. And then they have these are like the new versions of the game, but I'm gonna play the original because I want to see what the old one is. I'm here for this one. This is what we're here for. Heretic, right here. I didn't start it up yet because I wanted to see. Oh yeah. Music's pretty good. Does it start right away, or is it one of those things where... Oh. I say mods? They got mods up in here? What are mods? Featured mods. Whoa. What they, I just want to see. What do they got? Oh, they only got 3. Okay. Well, that's cool. Oh, those are featured mods. Let me browse. Oh. Wow, they got a lot of stuff in here. God, these graphics are so good. This is the stuff that I was definitely, this is the stuff I'm nostalgic for. Even though I was born after this time, like, it's funny because a lot of these graphics, by the time I came around and I was actually like playing games, the graphical fidelity thing, I wonder if this is why graphical fidelity is like a non-factor for me when it comes to games, where it's like, I just care if it looks good, not so much if it's the most graphically the most graphically intense thing possible. Because like pixel art, and by extension this old style, like I'm thinking of Doom 64 because it looked really good, that there are things about these games that I feel like, let's see, I should probably look at the controller bindings. Fly up, fly down, stop flying. No button for stop flying. Let me see if there's a strafe, quick save, quick load. Looking through. I will say, it not having anything for stop flying is a little problematic, isn't it? Okay, I see that left stick isn't being used. Sorry for the loud noises. Yeah, that is loud. Let's see, use inventory is right stick. Is left stick being used for anything? No, okay. Just in case, I'll do that just in case. Just in case we need it. I don't know if we're gonna fly that much, but we might. I don't know. And we'll check sensitivity when we get in. We'll see. There's so many settings. Bethesda.net. Was this made by Bethesda back in the day? I actually don't know this game very well. I only know so much as in it is in the same era. This would have been back when they were still calling them Doom-likes instead of first-person shooter. Because the origin of the genre actually is that, like, Wolfenstein, I think Wolfenstein came before it, but it did not define the genre, and then Doom came out, and, like, everybody was like, yeah, we're gonna make a Doom. And that was what they did. I think it's maybe because Wolfenstein was a little bit more controversial, maybe. Like, Doom was controversial, of course, but I think Wolfenstein was, like, I mean, to be fair, Mecha Hitler is kind of, that's a special type of different, you know? Alright, let's see. Which episode? Oh my god, what? I guess we'll start here. It's the first one. Bring us them on. Yellow bellies are us. Thou needeth a wet nurse. Thou art a smite meister. Black plague. Whoa, black plague possessed thee. We'll do bring us to them oneth. That's fine. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. What am I looking at? Okay, so it actually is just straight up Doom, but I see. It's Doom but magic. I understand. Hey. Oh, they just came right into this place. Holy crap! Really? Ooh. Okay. Just like Doom, we gotta move. We gotta move around a lot. Okay, I don't think I need to fight those guys. I don't think, at least. Oh, yeah. This is very much like Doom. Holy. This is made in '94. Huh. Okay. I'm liking the music so far. Even it's a little bit simplistic, but I like it a lot. Can I? Wand crystal. All right. What am I? Well, this is wand. How do I get out of here? Oh, I see. This is that's just a melee weapon. I see. You can't jump either. At least it doesn't seem like it. How do I need a yellow key to open this door? Oh, it really is Doom. Jeez. Oh god, we're here. We're back in this again. Oh wait, I can look up and down. Sort of. Oh no. Oh no. Why does it allow me to look up and down? I can see the Z-axis is like, oh, yep, Z-axis is really wonky. Can I input? Can I enable vertical look? Turn that off. Oh my god, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. Like, I know I'm gonna do it on accident too, so it's just like, I don't want that. Oh man, that's gross. Yeah, that's something that's because the way that they're projecting 3D graphics in this game, and this is what they used to do for this era, is that they would we're going up here, I see. Is that they would basically be projecting the images outwards from you. So the 3D graphics would look right if you're looking at the right angle, but if you were like, say, if you change the camera's angle like up and down, the entire illusion fractures because it's not made for that. Because of how they built the graphics graphic systems for this era. There are a lot of games that worked like this. There were like a lot of 3D at this point was projection. Because a lot of 3D, they weren't really able to do pure like actual 3D models per se. It's more like you would project a polygon from the camera. Basically, you're like, you know where the 3D models are supposed, like the models as they are supposed to be. Oh, what is this thing? Boom! Behold the lightning. Oh, it's kind of like my is this like my chainsaw? Question mark. Lightning. These gloves are hilarious. I love them. Spell eye cup. Just hit him with this, just like zap, 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 zap. I like this funny gloves. They're quite good. I like these. They don't seem to be using any energy though, so that's kind of bizarre. Set it on low. Make sure it's on low. Oh, we could conserve some ammo by running around like this, but we will need to use more ammo so we can. Okay, we're gonna go back to the gauntlets. Zap, zap, zap. Feels a bit like I'm like zapping. I'm like, the way I'm zapping them to death feels a bit like. It's like I'm just like giving a twist or something. Like, good lord, man. What vile magic is this? Look at that. It's just. Vile magic. Whoa. What did I just open? Zap, zap. Ah. Whoa. Hello. Oh, that's a quarter eater right there. That's definitely a quarter eater. They really were hoping to get you with that one. Oh, these are the healing items, I see. Okay, good to know. Oh yeah, I will say, the speed you can move and having this much room to move, that's nice. Oh. Okay, keep it moving. Circle the enemy. Yeah, the strafe movement feels real nice in this game. Good lord. Yeah, that's some nice strafe. That's some nice strafing. Ow, ow, ow. I feel like this map is like definitely a lot easier too. Okay, there's one. Feels like I definitely think them making so many open spaces already has been a boon. This era of gaming, it's like if you didn't have open places to run around in, I feel like these arenas are a little weird. One thing I'm noticing though is how dark the screen kind of gets though. I feel like I need to turn off my the lights and just like have the screen be the only backlight, really. Up here. Where am I? I'm back here. I don't think I want to be back here. I don't think that's where I wanted to go. I think? Yeah, I don't think I wanted to be here. I have no idea. We're kind of just running around, frankly. I mean, there's not really any detriment to me. It's just... Oh god, hi. Give me the gauntlets. I feel like the game... Because I saw the game, this port of it, rather, has some... Oh. It has some, like, accessibility options that look nice on paper. You know, the sort of stuff that looks nice on paper, but I think the actual game might be a bit hard. Like, I don't want to say it's, like, ruined by it, because that's not the case. It's more that it's harmed by it a little bit. Items 1 of 4, secrets 2 of 4. Okay, we did not find everything. That's okay. Oh my god, the map. Oh, these old school... I don't know, old school, like, 3D and how they got it working, always, it fascinates me just because of how, like, it's really hard to actually, like, make good 3D graphics at this point. That's why they had to cheat a little bit with some of the ways they built this stuff. Oh god. I am dying. I am dying. Oh. Okay, I get to keep all my stuff, though. That's not bad. That's not too bad, all things considered. I'm a bit uncertain as to... I guess the thing I'm uncertain to is whether or not I want to get in close or stay far away at this point. Because the gloves kind of incentivize me, if I see someone alone, I should use the gloves. But in groups, I really shouldn't. Oh. Yeah, like that. Like that grouping right there, not dealing with that. Oh. I feel like this era of like the first-person style games, though, there is something kind of like to it that there's, I think, a lot of untapped potential in terms of the level design, in terms of what people use now from this era. Because there are things in these games that I've kind of commented on and we're like, yeah, that's okay. Or, you know, I pointed out something that was a little bit like not working for me. But I don't think that negates the good stuff they're doing here. Like, I think this game in particular did a better job of making the longer hallways to run around in. So, oh my goodness, having the ability just to move constantly, like to keep moving, that is so vital to these kind of games. Because holy crap, it is a pain in the neck when you're trying to play. I think any game from this era, if you don't have the room to walk around in, I feel like it's just frustrating, you know? I think especially because they really want you, because they give you a movement speed that's so so ungodly fast, you know? And I feel like when you're not given room to walk around in with that speed, it's just not worth it, you know? I think that's why Doom 64 was kind of frustrating for me at times, because it was like, oh, come on, man. Like, you gave me this, like, insane movement speed, and then you don't give me a hallway to run in? What do you mean by that? Truly. Yeah, I think this game definitely benefits from having more, like, I don't know how best to describe it other than horizontal type stuff. Hey, what's this? Oh, God. Yeah, I'm not dealing with that right now. I'm gonna run away for now because I need to heal. Ball orb. Whoa! Well, that's busted. Oh, this is basically the game's shotgun. This thing is cool. Kidding me? Good gracious. Just walk in and just go kapow. Kapow. Meow. I like that. That's fun. Alright, zap him. Rattle him, boys. Yeah, I do think the weapon design is also pretty solid. I think it's one of those things where I think Magic first-person shooter should not be that hard an idea to do, you know? I do think the music's a little bit like, oh, it's okay. Silver shield. Oh, God. Oh, there we go. The torch. Oh, the torch definitely makes seeing easier. Holy. Good heavens. That's a lot easier to see. Oh, God. Okay, I see. Okay, where am I going? I opened up all this stuff, but where am I going? Whoa. Found a secret area. Yeah, I did. Okay, get the crossbow back out. I do like the reload speed being fast. That's good. Like, so far, this game has definitely proven that it understood some of what made Doom real good. Because it definitely seems like they understand that you need to have more movement. You have to have more space to move. Dragon Claw. Oh, God. Can I grab those as well? Claw orbs. What are these? What is this on? Is this my fist? Is that my hand? Why is my hand so freakishly shaped? So the silver shield gave me the armor, I'm guessing. Okay, where am I going? Oh yeah, that's a good weapon. That noise is so satisfying. Oh man. Look at that. Alright, we gotta be careful though, because we don't want to overdo it on the cool weapon, because we don't want to lose all of our ammo. This out. It's like, I can see the DNA of Doom in this very obviously, but I don't think it's such a bad thing, you know? It does feel feels very good. I definitely think this level design is really making this work, though, honestly. I think if the level design wasn't like as spacious, this would be very frustrating. And I think the spacious rooms are definitely doing it for me. Like, there are some of these like tight hallways to kind of accentuate, you know, flow states. Because they give you these big rooms to run around in, and then they give you these tight hallways to kind of like pull you in directions, you know? Oh god. What's an hourglass? Oh. Time bomb of the ancients? What? What do you mean by that? Map scroll. Oh god, hi. Hello. I see, hello. Good morning. Oh man. I'll say my Christmas was low-key this year, but it was very sweet. It was very nice. And I do have some games that we're gonna talk about later, because holy crap, we have some bangers to talk about. Oh god, that hurts. This hurts. I'm guessing there was something in here I was supposed to activate or something? Or something. No. Okay. Okay, I can just run across. Ow. I can just run across, I see. A little awkward, but hey, whatever. What are you gonna do? Huh. But I had a nice time. I was able to relax. I think that's one thing that it can be very... it can at once be a... Drink that. It It can at once be something that reminds you of, like, you know, the time of this past, but it's also something that can, I think, really help us reset, is just seeing how things have changed. Oh god, hi. Whoa. But I think with this year, it was very much a reminder that, you know, things have gotten a bit more, you know, quiet, you know? Sometimes in a good way, you know, just like, I think the fact that this year was a bit more low-key was probably a benefit for everyone involved, being able to just rest. Home of Power. That sounds pretty good. I'm not sure if I like, at this point, I'm pretty sure dying would be horrible, so I need to be way more careful. So now the question is this game going to use the same tricks like as Doom 64, where they have like the quarter eater moments, you know, that sort of stuff? I feel like that would make me a little sad, all this considered. Yeah, see, even just these hallways being as wide as they are is really doing it for me. Like, the fact that I can actually run, I can maneuver side to side as well as front to, you know, forward and back. Look how wide these places are, man. That's great. I know these are the early levels, but I think it's kind of, to me, it's telling that, oh yeah, these guys definitely understood what made the level design of the other, of Doom, like, that's what made it good. Not sitting here just mentally scraping my head against the wall because, how do I get up there? Huh. Okay. Ha. Easy peasy. Okay. What am I doing now? I guess more specifically, why did it bring me back here? Okay. Oh, you know what? We have the gloves. We can save ammo. Zap zap. Ah, the blue key. Ooh. Oh, that's devious. Oh god. Oh god, I can't see. I can't see. Oh, thankfully this gives me some like light to work with, but oh good lordy. That time bomb was real good. that time bomb was real. That was real good. that really did it, huh? Let's see. Well, we got everything. We killed everything here, so we have the blue key. So, how do I just realized, how do I use the options? Let me see, how do I use the map? Because I just realized I don't know how do I use the map? Map. Use inventory. Did that earlier. It said map scroll. What does that even mean? Jump, hexen only, run, walk. Okay, we can't, that is not a map that is usable, I see. Okay, it says run and walk. It says we have like a run speed and a walk speed. I don't believe them. I don't believe them for a moment that that's true. It's just like, what's the difference between this and running? Like, I press the button and it doesn't seem like I'm moving any slower or faster. At least not that I can tell. Might also be that my brain is already wired in. I guess if I had to lay down anything that's like a little awkward with the style of game in general, is that, oh my god, trying to get used to the speed at which you can move. It kind of feels like you're piloting a vehicle you are not meant to have total control over, if that makes sense. Like, the speed at which you can move in games like this is... Oh god, hi. It's unnerving to say the least. Hey, not bad. We missed 21 enemies, but we got... There are 7 secrets in that map? Good lord. The gatehouse. I am also appreciating, maybe it's just modern hardware, but man, load times, non-existent. That's some good stuff. Okay, I need to swap off. I need to swap weapons because I'm kind of running the reserves dry. The sound design is really nice though. I'm liking it. The music is I feel like the music in a lot of the not Dooms is a little too minimal for my tastes. Like this one's pretty good. I will say this one's pretty good, but definitely better than Doom 64's music, I will say. But I think it's because this music seems to move, like it's more consistently trying to get you to like be moving, you know, to get your brain on lock, as it were. Whereas I think with other games, the thing they were trying to do is evoke a mood, and that's not always what you want to do when you're trying to set up like this. Okay, there's a guy over there. I need to be careful and get rid of. All right, yeah, let's get rid of him. Hello, sir. Can you please move? Thank you. There you go. Crossbow again. Yeah, they have the spawns again too for the weapons, because they expect you to be able to start any level and pick up the weapons as you go. Nice. I am spamming that weapon a bit. This is the Doom clone my dad owned. I don't have any more commentary than that. Honestly, fair. How's it going today, Crooked? My bad. Sorry, my brain just like I saw so many letters get spawned together. Hey, Crooked. Sorry, my brain's like I'm still coming back. Jeez. How do I get you? How you doing today, Crooked? Actually, you know what's funny about that? I guess noting that it's the one your dad owned. I guess funny thing about that, Crooked, is that I'm thinking like, I don't know, something about that feels like, yeah, that's about right for this game. It's like it's your dad. It's your dad's shooter TM. You know, it's like this is like your dad's game. You know. This feels like the kind of game that would be like, yeah, like a parent would have owned this, which is kind of funny because I feel like nowadays it's very different what sort of games like the parents would be owning, you know? Like the parents in the crowd are like, what games do they know and own, you know? I guess also just I'm also realizing now the reason why is because I just realized that both you guys are the same shade of purple in this chat. That's why. Oh, that's why I screwed it up. That's what made my brain get confused. Let's see. Give me this time bombs. How do I use the time? What am I supposed to use the time bombs or something? That. Hope you're doing well today. Hope all's good. Hope that you had a very happy holidays. Green key. Wait, it's a blue door. Why does it need? Oh, because the things around it. That's right. That's right. That's right. Oh, you know what? I think I know what I need to do. Maybe. The time bomb. I don't think it did anything, but it was nice to put it down. Actually, I guess the other thing with this game, like thinking about that, is that it's also, it feels a bit like, in a way, that this game feels closely related to Doom in the key ways that it also seems to be. It's like, it feels like Blood. There's another game I've heard of called Blood, where it's like, I remember it has the skeletons and the pitchfork. I remember that one. And the big thing about it is that it's one of those games that people remember fondly from an era of time. Sort of like one of those decade-defining type games, you know, where, because I think a lot of people would think like Wolfenstein and Doom. This feels a lot like other decade-defining type things, you know, where it's like, it's another example of that style that people are going for. Well, that's a big guy who's invisible. Ow. Why are they invisible? Stop that. Let's see. Well, there's only one of them, so I'll use the gloves. Zap, zap, zap. Thankfully, the gloves of the Necromancer are quite good at killing people. Howie. I hope you're doing. I hope everyone thinks good today. Oh boy. I feel like this game, the more I get into it, I'm wondering if it's gonna be like Doom. I hope it's not gonna be like Doom 64 where I get lost too much. Okay, we have a lot of ammo for this, so I should probably use this more if I can help it. 182 ammo. I should probably use it. Ah, door. Ow. I'm wondering though about. God, the flashing. I will say, flashing lights are kind of messed up right now. I think games made before like flashing lights are really studied more closely. Owie. Oh god. It does feel like flashing lights in games like this were a lot more egregious to handle. Huh. Because, man, the flashing lights in this game are definitely a little bit more aggressive than other games we've played so far. Heretic, you hit the Arbiter. You right, Emeraldo. How's it going today? Let's see. Ooh. Let's see. What? I don't know what this thing does. Oh, there we go. All right, put that down. Maybe the time bomb will go off? I don't think it did. Time bomb is not doing much. Oh god. Surprised that first got claimed so quickly though. Alright, so 60 plus degrees is now storming here. Oh god, that's gross. That's just nasty. Oh, that's a lot of damage I did not need to take. You know what though? I just remembered I can use this. Yeah, heal. You know what? I forget that this game actually has like medkits we can use. Which is a rather impressive innovation on the genre. Oh god. Get me out of there. There we go. Okay, let's take this key and get out of here. You can also grab the healing items while we're here. That's a yellow. Where does the yellow key go? Ad break? We just got started. Okay, I can pause really quick. Hang on. I'm gonna stretch really quick anyway. Whew. I hope everyone's keeping pace with their week. I know that this week was a lot because I think the holidays, while excellent, can also be a time of stress. So I hope everyone was able to keep it all together. Oh, man. I feel, you know what, now that I can actually stop and listen to the music, I feel like it's the perfect backing track because it's not getting in the way. Because now I'm hearing it, it's like, okay. It's not that loud, you know? Because I'm listening to it and it's like, okay. It's some good music. It's got that, I think a lot of older games, they made the loop small. They made the loop smaller to save time, obviously, if they're using files. Which I don't think this would have been. I don't think so. I know they would have been, you know, programmed music, but you keep the loops smaller so that you're using less space, because the efficiency was much better. It's actually something that I'm kind of I kind of get a little naughty about in terms of game design, because it's like I probably should make smaller audio files when I'm putting things into games, but sometimes I do. Well, that's kind of where I splurge my download space. Is that I really like having more music than anything. I know Red Genie actually has, I believe it has a couple of 3-minute loops where I do a second variation in the loop so that it technically is a three-time loop, even though like the first part, like the A section may be the same, but the B section is now a C section, right? In terms of the music. The TLDR is basically that, like I'll repeat like the intro part maybe, but oh god. Oh god. Oh god. I do not like the homing projectiles these guys have. That is a little bit frustrating. Oh, this room is freaking out. Whew. Okay, we're good. We're alive. That's good. I might want to quick save while I'm able. Yeah, these time bombs are not great, I will not lie. Okay, I don't know where the guys are. There we go. Huh. Ooh. Aha! There we go. Alright, welcome back everybody from ad breaks. Apologies. Did not realize this was gonna happen. Ow. Ah, died. Nuts. Oh, and that's right, I have to reset the whole level. That's right. Now, is it saving my progress? How is it saving my game? Autosave. E1 M3. Oh, so is this? I'm really wondering now if this is just like, because I know it's Bethesda, so I'm wondering. Maybe I just don't know the history of this game, but maybe it is just straight up like a Doom like game made by the same guys who made Doom. I actually don't know. I don't know how early or it's just owned by, or it's just owned, same thing. Owned by the same group. I do worry that this is going to be much like when we played Doom 64, though, where I'm going to end up inadvertently losing a fair bit of, I say losing, but, you know, I'm going to end up losing some progress on something because I straight up just get killed at a bad time. I do think having to be trying to be careful in these games can be kind of a difficult challenge. Trying not to just die to everything that attacks you is a tough one sometimes. Yeah, we want to. I think with this one, my aim isn't quite as locked in as usual, so I may not want to do too much fancy maneuvering while I'm trying to land my shots. There we go. Oh boy. I'm liking, like I said, I like that these areas are pretty wide. Obviously, we can cross them when we're running. We can cross them in a couple of strides, but I think that works for us because they're still wide enough that we still have room to run. I mean, heck, I can still dodge in these hallways. Still have to be a little bit careful, but there we go. I do like it when you see them just kind of like flop over. You're just like, oh. Okay. Ow. Oh, lordy. There we go. I think also the instantaneous speed of projectiles in these kind of games is also something to get used to. It's not like every projectile is instant, but a good chunk of them, it's pretty close to... I got bullied. Oof. Okay. Yep, we have to restart. Okay. I need to remind myself of the restarting because that's going to be important. Okay. We do have a quick save and quick load button if we so need it, but I think we'll be fine. I think I just need to get better. I know one aspect I am definitely not totally used to with these kind of games is that my aim is almost irrelevant. Like, being a good shot is not necessarily about being able to land shots in the same way. Like, because normally you have to aim your shots the whole way. But in this, it's just making sure you're facing the right direction to hit the person you want to hit. Because yeah, we can't really... I can't really control for more than... Can't really control more than for the fact that I have to just keep the crosshair in the same direction as them. And there's some variance in the shot from there. You know, you can see that there's like there's some minor differences in where the shot lands based on, you know, I believe it might be a random chance thing. You know, seeded at a certain point, but it does seem to me that the shots you take with a particular weapon will spread out slightly differently each time. Yeah, you can see that it's because you can see that I'm not really I'm not aiming up or down. I'm just aiming laterally, and that's a bit of a thing that I'm still not very used to or like good at maneuvering with. Certainly, I don't think that one at all would be like a game design issue either. I think this sort of aiming style isn't necessarily flawed. I think in many ways, I do think it actually does help out players who aren't particularly good at aiming. Because it gives you a bit of buffer in terms of what like the work you need to do to aim in the first place. So a lot of the heaviest lifting in the aiming is being handled by the up and down movement. Because aiming up or down is generally a bit harder, I find, than aiming left to right. It's something, I think it's something to do with the way our like brains and bodies are able to react to things, at least from what I can understand. Sort of like, you know, those arcade games that where you have the water gun and you're shooting the water at a target. I feel like those are easier when you're moving the left to right, but the up and down motions are what get people confused, you know? If that makes sense. Alright, there's the switch. Good thing I do think this game is these games have definitely made me a lot more attentive to my surroundings. It's holy crap. If you're not paying attention sometimes, it's like, oh boy. What am I looking for? Okay, this stays depressed. Good. Yeah, I think sometimes it's also like this. I think sometimes it's also me getting used to what enemies are capable of in these games, because sort of like in horde shooters, you know, one enemy is an easy thing. 10 enemies is a problem. You go any further than that, and it's like you are entering lethal territory. Oh, we're back here again. Good. Okay, run. Ah, whoop, there we go. Hey, not bad. Time bomb. Zap this guy. Ow. No. Okay, we're good. Whew. Getting scared there. Okay, put down the time bomb. It kind of feels more like a landmine than a time bomb, but I mean, that's just because I've only ever seen it go off when somebody's touching it, so maybe I don't have a good understanding of its abilities. I don't know. I seem to be misunderstanding how this thing is meant to work. Now the real question for me is this the order I'm meant to do these areas, or is there an order of operations to this level that I have not been respecting properly? Because I don't actually know. I do think these games on blind playthroughs can be a bit dicier, just because, holy, it is at times really tough to keep up with these games when you're trying to sight read them. That's a term I don't explain very often. Sight read. Like it's one of those things that it comes from music, right? That, you know, it's like when you first see a piece of music and you're going to try performing it or like practicing it. You call it a sight read because you're really just doing it. You're off the cuff and seeing what you can do. And then, you know, it's the thing you do first when you start a piece of music. I want to hear a funny effect. My brain is focusing on music stuff, but sure. Lay it on me. I'm curious. I am curious. But like with music, it's like, you know, like when you first see a sheet of music, it's like, okay, yeah, you have to play it first. I like doing sight reads because I think sight reads are where you get your most sorry, I thought you might find it interesting. Well, I'm still curious. It's like my brain, no, that's like, I'm like, I said lay it on me. I'm like, I'm in the middle of something, but I'm like, my brain's like, okay, yeah, but I do want to know. I still want to know the fun fact. Thinking of that, like, what's that one bit? It's like, give me the fun fact. Where's the fun? It's like, where is the fun fact? It's like opening the Snapple can and it just says, "Hey, you have a good day." It's like, I open the can. I look at the top of the Snapple for the fact. Where is this? But sorry, my brain. I was just trying to make sure I finished my train of thought. Yes. Ooh, grab it. JP VA for Applejack from My Little Pony is the same as TM Opera. Oh, that's funny. I didn't even know they had a JP dub for that show. That's funny. Cool. I don't know. That's kind of interesting. I didn't know they had dubs. I didn't know they had dubs of it over there. That's funny. Okay. Don't know what's going on over there, but I'm not gonna go find out. Oh, there. Oh, that's right. That's where the find out is. Maybe it's just recent or just not normally mainstreamed. Oh, I see. I mean, that makes sense. It's one. They have the same sub versus dub conversations over there too, so it makes sense. I know that's actually a conversation they have over there too. But yeah. You know, you talk about music. Yeah, no, I see where your train of thought went. I see it now. Because the music opera, I see. My brain is now correlating. What the? Oh God, that's where I got hit from last time. You, egregious one, perish. All right, good. You too. Perish. All right, cool. So we have the yellow key now. Remember watching Green Hill Zone is a extremely complicated song. I don't think it's extremely complicated, but it's got more going on than just like, it's not particularly easy. It's not like easy to explain 100%, but it's a lot more complicated. It's more complicated than your average game track, especially in the 90s. Like, it was doing a lot more than you would expect. Let's see. Is there any armor? Ah. Okay, we have the yellow key, which opens the door out here. That's right, that's what this opens. Where is it again? I forgot. Oh! Silver shield. Not bad. Hey, not bad. Let's see. Well, is it more complicated than we thought? I don't know about that. I don't know. It's like, I don't know, because I've seen the sheet music and I've seen analyses of like Green Hill Zone, but I don't know if it's like, how do I put it? It's not like I don't think it gets more complicated simply because I don't know if it would be more complicated if somebody like the original composer said this is how I wrote it, because I don't think it really changes the analysis of the song, you know, like I don't think it, at least I don't think so. Because it doesn't change the notes that were played, you know? It's like, at least, you know, in that regard. Let's see. Oh, hello. My favorite magic setting trope. Every weapon must be thrown or shot because it's a first-person shooter game. And we are running out of claw orbs so fast. As they say, not cool, Dio. When in Rome, as they say. Can these guys please stop shooting at me? I do not like the flippy axes. How do I get up there is the question. Sir, can you please die a little faster? It really took a lot longer than I expected, you know? It's like, oh, geez. Okay, there we go. Whew. Fun fact I was thinking of earlier. Fun fact I was thinking of earlier. Ah, yeah. Fun fact. Oh yeah, fun facts. But what was I going on about? But yeah, sight reading. I find that you get your most instinctual reaction to a game when you don't let, like, you can't rehearse it, you know? Like, I'm thinking, like, you know, when I run into a game and I give my honest opinions, it's because, okay, this is my first time running into it. What are my initial reactions? And that's, I think, better both for content purposes and also for me analyzing a game, because it means that I have to approach the game on its terms and be able to say honestly, okay, what am I thinking about this thing? Oh, yep, oh, yep, I remember now. Back it up. Back it up, gamer. Ooh. That's a lot. Okay, give me this thing. Oh, brother. I do not like the floating heads. Okay, we're good. Alright, we're good. Jeez. I'm not a fan of the flaming skulls that home in on you, because they are very frustrating to dodge. Honestly, though, probably why they make them that way, though, because they probably want them to chase the player out of cover. They can't just hide. I will say the flashing lights and them being translucent is really getting like my brain all sorts of fired off. Good gracious. A little bit, it's a lot to take in mentally to keep up with all that. Okay, we get orbs? Orbs. Okay, good. The orbs are good, we need those. Whack. Okay. I should probably heal while I have the chance. Use the quartz. Wait, what is that? Shadow Sphere. Temporarily obscures presence. Okay. Gives me a chance to run around. Ow! Frick. Run in, press the buttons, run away. Okay, that did... The obscuring presence thing did help out a fair bit. That's pretty good. I can jam with that. That's nice. Oh, boy. Oh, God. Oh, that time bomb does not go for very long. Good gravy. It's a good radius, though. Oh. the launch on that boy. Oh, poor guy. Oh, it got all of them. Oh, wow. Okay, that's pretty good. Honestly, the radius on that is surprising. Most impressive, all things considered. I mean, that Ring of Invincibility. Oh, that might be good later. I'll keep it for later. That's a get out of jail. If that's a get out of this situation button. Definitely don't want to waste that. Oh, I should probably save, huh? Okay, we're good. Ooh. Oh, good gracious. Why? Why are there so many of you? Horses of Hell need to have some layoffs. I heal. We're good. We're good. We're balling. We're fine. Okay, where's the dinky rod? Whoa. I don't know why, but it sounds like it sounds kind of like Crash Bandicoot screaming. It's like pitch shifted down. They've trapped Crash Bandicoot into the Hellsphere. Where am I? Oh boy. Good lordy, no, why? Alright, orbs. Use the Dragon's Claw, it'll be fine. Oh man. But I feel like sight reads are more honest anyway, when it comes to like actually critiquing a game. Ow. Tanked both of those, that's great. The fact that I can be all the way down the hallway after I run into an enemy. What the heck is this? Bag of Holding. Oh, that's straight up the D&D item. What? Oh. What did that open? What did I do? Ah! Okay, we're good. Sometimes, man. Sometimes, man. Oh no. Ah! Gremlins. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Oh boy. Well, like I was saying though, I think also with a sight read, so I think it's easy to read the temperature on a game and be like, oh, I should probably have a different measure, a different measured take on this, especially if you find out feelings on the ground towards it are one way or the other. But I don't care. Am I out of ammo entirely? I am. Alright, get out the gloves. We're just gonna have to do this. Alright, wait. There might be ammo. Let me look. Oh, there's health. That's good. Alright, we're gonna do this with landmines. I guess we're playing My Friendly Neighborhood again. We're doing we're using that one weapon again. We're using the punctuation. The punctuation only playthrough. Heck yeah. Zap them. Aren't these dudes... I just realized, why are these dudes butt booty naked? Oh, hey. Oh, this is the water zone. This is that area we saw earlier. Let's see now. Am I having trouble with my move? Oh! Good God, why? Why am I... Move faster, game. Oh, is strafing in water a bit slower, maybe? I don't know what the deal... Ow. Excuse me. Excuse me. Need to build up my momentum. Holy. I feel like my general takes on games anyway are pretty mild, but I just feel like it's very easy to, especially with like popular games, it's like, oh, I should probably not be too critical on this one. Because you don't want people to quit. In a way, you don't want people clicking off of anything just because they're like, I don't agree with your takes. It's like, well, too bad. But also, it's like, you know, you don't want to just be like needlessly inflammatory anyway. Oh, that's why, because the water flows. That's why Oh, I see. It feels like moving. It feels like I'm walking, not like I'm being moved. Well, that's where I was confused. I see. I see. So the water is flowing, and that's why I was moving that way. Well, that would explain it. I see. That also would kind of explain why I wasn't really understanding why I was slowing down like that. It felt more like I was walking anyway, so that's a little bit... Morph ovum? What does that do? Transforms enemies into chickens. Oh. Okay, cool. It temporarily grants invulnerability, lights up surroundings. We'll just keep the time bomb out for now. Okay. How do I save? I'll save the game. I will save the game. We'll be safe here. Hey, Etcho, how's it going today? Hope you're doing well. Hope the holidays were lovely. Speaking of the holidays, we're at the hour mark. I hope everyone had wonderful holidays. Whichever one you celebrate. Or if you celebrate all of them. Very cool. I hope everyone got to enjoy the holidays as you desired to. Whether it be low-key trips with friends and family, or big gatherings of dozens of cousins you aren't sure about. You aren't sure which ones are which ones and which ones go where. Hope everyone had a good time. Why not celebrate it all? The cops can't stop you. I mean, I don't think they would. They would just be freedom of expression, really. Oh, hydration. Let me hydrate real quick. For my part, I got some Legos. I got a nice book about video game history, which I need to read. I'm probably gonna sit and read it tomorrow. I'm not gonna lie, because tomorrow is the 29th, and I have nothing really to do. And let's see, I also got I didn't get magic cards for Christmas, but I have been. My mom's been slowly drip feeding birthday presents. There's been magic cards, and I've been very pleased with what I've gotten so far. The packs have been very cool. It's a lot of pack opening. It's been nice. But let's see what else. Christmas. Yeah, I got those. Legos. Got a lot of clothes, which was very nice, because, man. Big one was socks and underwear. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, as a kid, you're like, oh my god, socks and underwear, that's lame. As an adult, you're like, oh my god. Just absolutely based. Just like, genuinely exciting. Because you're like, oh yeah, I have weeks worth more. For me, it's more so that I have been slowly wearing down the ones I currently own. So getting some new ones of high quality is very nice. Let's see. I know I got something. What was it? The fragile thing. I'm trying to remember what the fragile thing was. I know I got something kind of fragile. I was trying to remember what it is because my brain's just like, it's one of those things at the moment. You know when you try to pull something from memory when you're like in the middle of something? It's like, boy. Oh, you know what? I did get poke. I guess now will be the time I announce why the streaming schedule next year is changing. I got Pokemon Legends ZA. I do not. It is for the Switch 1, so we will be playing with the Switch 1 version because I own a Switch 1. It kind of goes hand in hand. So for those who are expecting Switch 2 graphics, prepare to be disappointed. But I don't really care. Honestly, I'm just happy to play the game. But in any case, I got that, and it's the thing we're going to be streaming for my birthday. Is I got a GameCube copy of Sonic Adventure 2, which means for the first time in many, many years, I can play the game on the hardware I grew up with, and at the frame rate I grew up with too. Which is real good. It looks. I did load it up to make sure it works, and I played a little bit, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's that good stuff. It's one of those ones where it's like, oh yeah, that's the stuff I remember. That's the game I recall. Which I am very excited. I'm just happy that I have it again. It's one of those things where, you know, like, I like the Xbox versions because they're very accessible, because the Xbox 360 versions are accessible. They got technically an up-res in frame rate and texture resolution because of the Because I remember they did that with select titles on Xbox. They actually give them like a frame rate and up-res, which is super neat, but it also means that you kind of lose certain parts of the original design. Hi, how's it going? It's going good, Julian. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope the holidays were generous to you. Where am I going? I got lost again. Uh-oh. Okay, I guess I gotta right-hand rule it now that I have done all this stuff. Gotta just run around until I find where I'm supposed to be. Here's this place. Watched Her last night. Her. I don't think I remember that one. Can you give me a quick, not with spoilers, but like a quick synopsis? Because I don't remember. I'm trying to remember because I know I've heard the name of that movie before, but my brain is doing. Guy falls in love with a voice AI. Oh yeah, okay, now I remember. I remember hearing about this one. Okay, yes, I do know this one. I haven't seen it, but I've heard of it. I don't know why I'm just thinking of like they that one Family Guy bit where it's like, I didn't watch that one, but I was aware of it. Forget what episode. I know it's the episode where they move to the south, like they go to the deep south for witness protection. But I remember that. I do think I've heard about this movie before. Okay, the music is actually kind of helping me jam out right now. This is good. Okay, I think this is where I press the button. Or no, I got the yellow key. I think. Yeah, this is where I got the yellow key. Can the yellow key open anything else, or am I going crazy? There's the green. Yeah, these are the green doors. Let me go back to the. Maybe if I go back to the beginning. There's that. Oh, you know what? There's those teleporters. Let's see, anything else up here? Switch. Oh, you know what? Probably a switch on the wall, if I'm gonna guess. If I had to guess, there has to be a switch on the wall somewhere up here. And that's probably good. I was underwhelmed. Really? Was it just like the story, or like was it just like it's an okay movie? I can feel that. I feel like some movies, it's not even that they're like poorly made. It's just kind of like, oh, okay. Like you kind of just go, oh, okay. Like it was all right. You know, it's like not really. I think especially it's one of those things where expectations to reality can sometimes feel jank, frankly. At least to my eye with movies. I think it's with games too sometimes. You know, it's like if you build up this big expectation and then you kind of like, oh, okay. I don't think it would make me say a thing is bad, but it would definitely make me think that not good representation of the humans or the AI. That's interesting. I guess the question then would be, what would be the way to solve that? But I guess the tough thing is, and this is something that's actually quite a hard one for writers, is that how do you begin to, how do I best put it? It's like, how do you begin to approximate? Oh, here's the way. I guess I did it that way for the plot. I see. Where it's like, well, I do know some stories are plot-focused stories, whereas others are, you know, character-driven. And I have found, personally, that when it comes to writing, I do not like doing it... Hey, green key. Ooh. Nice. How are you? Green. Well, I know that a lot of classically trained writers will stick to plot over character when it comes to writing the story. I think it's because there's a very dogmatic feeling that like familiar plots are more important than familiar character archetypes, but oh, now they're making these guys transparent? I don't need that. Ew. Ugh. Oh, he only throws the red axes too. That's disgusting. Oh, that's disgusting. Why? I do not like that they do that. Disgusting. Button. What did that open? Oh, this way. But I wonder too, because when you're writing, the other thing I'm guessing is that they probably had to fictionalize parts of it. Current AI drama is a lot more interesting. You heard about people demanding 4.0? I have not. I don't know what 4.0 is. But I'm like thinking about it now. It's just like also, I guess with fiction, also the problem is that if you don't do the proper research for certain topics, I would wager that for certain topics, like I would say that stuff. Oh hey, oh that's the end of it. Oh I see. Clean sweep. Sweep. Get all items on one map. Oh hey, not bad. Okay, well, yeah, we're gonna save the game really quick. But I feel like though when you're writing a fictional story, like I know current AI discussions would probably be a bit more of a, I feel like it'd be a bit more of an analytical discussion rather than a narrative drama. Oh geez. An older version of ChatGPT that was kind and warm and a whole army is demanding OpenAI brings it back. They're worried about the mental health implications. Interesting. I'm guessing the worry is that people are talking to the machine more than people, which is a genuine concern. I can see that being a concern. But I guess in the nature of writing a story though, if you're going to fictionalize something, inevitably you're going to end up having to smooth over holes in both, you know, the knowledge of the reality, but also you have to make something up. And in some ways, I think the hardest part is, at least from what I've seen with writing, especially robots, is that when you're writing robots, you have to understand what is and what does and doesn't define humanity. And from there, you have to then craft... Subservient was great. I don't know that one. But you have to basically take a human, strip them of parts, and then that makes like what a robot is, like your robot characters in fiction. And with AI, it's kind of a fascinating rabbit hole to, if you're gonna write those kind of characters. Like I have written those because I have Marvels. I have Marvels in Valhalla Station. And that character was kind of interesting because what I really did was make him... I kind of followed the Baymax model. I kind of started from... Serving Megan Fox is a home robot in it. It's a thriller. I think I might have... Maybe I've seen this one? I know I've seen one where there's a robot in a house and that's... Where am I? And I am just running in circles. Or I'm running in a straight line. Who knows? I like the music in this area though. It's kind of, it bounces between some energy and like some like slow plotting, you know, mystery. I can jam with it. I guess to the point of, you know, for game discussion though, I do think, and like plot in general, like writing in general though, I feel like it's really difficult to write certain things without having to take some liberties. Like with robots and like by extension like AI, I'm thinking like iRobot is a great example of this, where like you have to stop and analyze, okay, how is this character going to start and how do they grow? And if machines have, you know, it's kind of like you have to smooth over and, you know, suspension of disbelief the very fact alone that the computer was written with like such perfect learning algorithms that they were able to, you know, like they're basically functional humans. They're not really a robot anymore, you know? It's not like, that's not AI, that's just an act of God sort of thing, you know? Which is kind of hard to... It's hard to imagine in reality, but in fiction, it's like, oh yeah, that's kind of the norm. So when it comes to writing fictional machines, it's a lot harder to separate those from real human flaws. Sometimes feel unreal. Well, they're also not as dramatic, you know? It's like when you're a writer, you're kind of going to end up like exaggerating your characters anyway. Honestly, a lot more human flaws tend to be, frankly, they tend to be a little bit more banal, if to be honest, like, ow. Like, human flaws aren't like, they're not exaggerated to the point of being like caricatures. And in some ways, that's how you write a good character writing, you do have to exaggerate. Like, you don't really get a character who's gonna be fun to see in a story by having a guy who's just kind of mildly miffed when something goes wrong, you know? Like, either they gotta be cool as an icebox or freaking out, you know? But it's also true in world building, you know? You have to bring out the core strengths of your world and the space that you've built to really sell it, you know? So it is most definitely a thing that is difficult to balance. when you're writing a story, I think it's like you're going to also have to recognize there are parts of it that are not going to be real in general. As I was taught, the goal is to know reality and then twist it from there. Like, the next book I'm writing is going to be a lot of me taking the realities in my mind and saying, okay, spike it, you know, exaggerate it. Give it a bit more, you know, zest. Give it some more power. Because you're not going to get characters who are interesting to watch if they're not making these, you know, bold choices or making big decisions, you know? Because then they're just people. And we're not here to just see people. We're here to see characters. We're here to see a story happen that we want to see happen. Sometimes that's really hard to... I think at times it can be hard to also even just experience sometimes, because sometimes you do just want those characters to sit down like normal people and have that conversation. And they won't. And that's frustrating. But it can be cathartic when it finally works out in the end, you know? Gloves. Where am I? Yeah, there are many things I do not hear about in my time. How do I get to this? Let's see. Sniff, snorf. What am I doing? I'm guessing we need to find a switch somewhere else to open that, but I don't really know where it is. Gotta go take a gander. Hi, quartz potion. But, I think with this, like, I'm thinking with this game as an example, we don't really have any characters to look at, but we have the world to look at. And I feel like the suspension of disbelief in these kind of games is that first off, the spaces that we're in are going to be organized this way, because I feel like, are we in Venice? Is that why there's water? We're like inside the water with all these buildings? Like, why is this place laid out this way if only to be the playground by which I run around in, you know? Orange crystal. Let's see. Okay. Gotta be a door. Oh, wait. Up here, maybe? Here? No. Blue and yellow? No. Let's see. What am I looking for? There's the key. I'm guessing it's the other side. Maybe that's the problem. Hello. Excuse me, dog. I do like that you shoot the soul out of them. I think that's good. That's a good touch. When your games tend to have that kind of feeling. I think it's like, even like this game has like pretty open levels despite being a very, like a pretty, like, decidedly linear experience of like, okay, we're playing through these levels to get to these places, but it's interesting when you consider the ways that this place is organized. Okay, there's the key. How do I... There's gotta be a switch somewhere in here, right? Why else would they put it here? Yeah, there's the key. How do I reach it? Because if I just go out, yeah. Gotta be something that raises this platform. But how? Oh, there's backtracking? Sort of. I don't think it's backtracking so much as I went in a circle. It's a bit like if you get lost in a Sonic level where you just get like turned around or something. But in this case, it's just, okay, where's the switch? Where? I mean, this happened to Doom 64 a couple times where I know that part of it's just I need to keep an eye on the walls. Because it's on the walls that we find the switches, but... Oh, man. If I miss the switch somewhere, I don't know where the hell it would be. That is one thing that these games have been notoriously bad about, is because these switches are just JPEGs on the wall, so it's like, okay, if I miss one, it's because I've been running by trying to find stuff. And I missed the switch on the wall. This is the other side. But where? Where is it? Because we need the yellow key, like, This door right here is where we need to go for the next area. And I know that. Be the switch? Okay, maybe that's the switch. Is that the switch? It is the switch. Okay, thank goodness. Okay. Ow. Why do you have to press it on my head? What is wrong with you? What if you broke the key and now nobody can go through? Foolishness. That's whatever. Hello. Weird. Oh, thank goodness. More like long pathways to run around on. I definitely think this game, compared to what we were doing in Doom 64 that one time, I do think these levels definitely have some more running room. Oh my goodness, long hallways. Yes. And whoa. What did they do to my staff? Have I seen Don't Look Up? Is it a movie? Or is it a game? If it's a movie, I probably haven't. If it's a game, I also probably haven't. I also have not seen it then. That's because I don't think I've heard of something of this title. I've been drinking my... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Did I use all my time bombs up? Oh, nuts. Oh, that sucks. I used up all my usables. Oh, man. Oh, well. Okay, well, I'm invulnerable for a time, so that's good. It gives me a chance to look around. I thought I was using my time bombs. Oh. Movie about the world ending. Don't Look Up. Bizarre. Bizarre thing to name a movie like that, but interesting, to say the least. Not my usual fare, personally. I don't know, apocalypse movies don't do it for me, but I think in the sense of, like, more so just that, like, movies that are too heavy with it, I think kind of not my jam. If only because I remember watching that movie with, I think it was Nicolas Cage, and he saw the patterns, and then he found the one that was, like, everybody was gonna go, and it was, like, that was way too existentially... No one even cares to look up at the problem. I see, because of asteroids. Yeah, I think that sort of stuff is too existentially kind of... I guess I would describe it as too existentially unnerving for me personally. But more so because it's just like... I was kind of... I'll be nice to say I was blessed with a disability when I exploit it for profit. That's lovely. Yeah, I had I know at one point I had I still kind of do. I have a irrational level of fear for apocalyptic type stuff, but a lot of that was because I had a teacher in the 4th grade who, to put it nicely, basically instilled that in me, especially about space. I guess technically you could describe it as a form of thalassophobia, not thalassophobia, I guess it would technically be astrophobia. Yeah, my 4th grade teacher basically made me afraid of black holes. And she basically said, oh yeah, you know, if one formed too close to Earth, it would just suck in the planet. And I'm like, cool, that's great. That's great to know when we're talking about astronomy. Great. And it's like, you know, now I know about science. It's like, okay, I kind of see what I understand the meaning, but it's also like, do you have any idea how hard it would be to get that close enough to us without us knowing? It's like a planet and a species, but it's also like, why would you tell 4th graders about this? Like, what is wrong with you? She got fired later, but like, you know, that's for other reasons. Oh, we got that Doom music going. It kind of feels like surf music right now. Cool. Okay, we're gonna have to run laps around this map. Ow. Ugh. Yeah, we're gonna be running laps around this place. Yeah, we gotta keep moving, keep it Keep moving and grooving, as they say. Alright, keep it running. We're gonna run a couple laps around this place to see what we can do. Also, I could do some information finding. Whoa, hey now. Where'd that other guy go? Ooh. Oh, they're forming up. Oh god, they're forming up. Meow. Let's see. Oh wait, you know what? We could use the morph ovum. Okay, that's pretty good. I like that. That's fun. Ooh. Zap. Get out of here, nerd. Meow, 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 meow. Those chickens are going to die. One day. Okay, down we go. Good god. The number of enemies just around this area. That's too much. That's too much. Alright, let's get it. Let's get up here. What am I dealing with? Crystal geode. Green key. What? Okay, we're gonna do some laps to clear out the enemies that have spawned. Make sure we can clear out the space. It's that chicken I heard. Perish. Oh, there. Oh, I see. Oh, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. Oh, boy. Music's really jamming right now, though. I like that. It's kind of weird. I'm into it, but it's also like, this is very bizarre. Ooh. Okay, we're good. There we go. Yeah, I guess to kind of mark the point with some other game design stuff with the stories with I guess also just general like plot driven stories like that, where it's like we have this thing we want to have happen, so the characters will act the way they will to facilitate the story. I always find those to be a lot less compelling anyway, just because I don't know. I feel like when you put an interesting character in a fun setting, the story's writing itself. You know, it kind of just does the thing. Like plainly, it just works. You know, it's one of those things that's just very easy to do. Because if you've practiced with writing and you've worked with that sort of thing, it actually is pretty easy to see, like, okay, once you put a fun character in a good place, well, I say a good place, but like a place that would be interesting to explore, it's very easy to then take the next logical step of how do we get the story rolling? What's the inciting incident? And from there we can just move, you know, we groove. Works out nicely. Philosophy of care. Interesting. Intriguing topics to get into, I'm sure. My brain is also very much trying to figure out where the hell I'm going. A moment. Alright, this is the yellow... Ooh. Oh, this is the other building. We didn't check this one yet. Ow. Okay, I need to just get out the... There we go. That clears the room. Eh? Hmm? What did that do? Oh, it's probably the stairwell. Oh, hi. It's probably the stairwell out there, I guess. Where am I? Where am I? I like this. I'm liking this level design a fair bit. Even the locked-in areas are still pretty good. Oh, these are stairs now. Yeah, there we go. Oh, the green. There we go. Ow. Perish. I do like this crossbow a fair bit, I won't lie. Oh, the cowbell. I like that cowbell sound. I don't know, that's real good. Oh, oh. Okay, we're good. Alright, get out the crossbow again. I like how moody this place is, despite the music being just... like, we are just jamming right now. Wait. Is there anything in here? Disconnect, you see my message about the philosophy of care. Yes, I did. Ooh. I see. Oh. Oh god. Alright, I'm going up the stairs. Oh, hello. That guy got evaporated. That feller is evaporated. Hello. Ooh. Oh, there's a lot going on in this place. I feel like this feels like proper Halloween music somehow. I don't know better to describe it, but that's what it feels like to me. Oh jeez. Gotta keep zooming. Oh god. Alright, keep it running. Oh, there's a lot of projectiles on screen. Blast that wizard! Let's see. What if I buff all weapons? And then start shooting? Ooh. Okay, that's a good item. I'm happy I kept that one for now. Meow. Whoa. Oh, the buffed items are sick. Are you kidding me? It's so cool. What the heck is that? Oh, that's what I used earlier. That's when I accidentally used that other item. I see. Oh, there we go. Whew. But I did see the message. I did see the thing. I do not understand it yet, but ow. Or at least I can make my judgments, but you know. Oh god. Whoop, slide to the next room. Nice, nice. Owie. There we go. Wait, where did I slide off into? Okay. Oh! No, not like this! Not like that! Not like that! Friggin' rats. Cool. Oh, I hate the quarter eater moments. It's like you're playing House of the Dead, but they haven't turned the camera yet. You're already getting hit. Oh, I thought you died. Oh, we're good. Use the healing potion. Beep, beep, beep. Where am I? Well, somewhere with enemies. That's good. Internet keeps disconnecting. Oh, I see. That's a shame. You know, that is one thing I guess it's kind of weird for me to consider this as part of, like, game design stuff, but I don't know why or how some games get designed with the intent of having them always connected to the internet. Especially single-player experiences, you know? Like, I think the Assassin's Creed games more recently have had this problem where they continuously ask you to have online connectivity for a game that is, you know, pretty much just single-player stuff. And I don't know what the deal is with that. I feel like if you have a bad internet connection or an inconsistent one, and you're locked out of your own games because you just don't have the, you know, the internet connection stability, it's like, well, that sucks. Where am I going? You know what's funny? I feel like I've been running around this whole place for so long, I don't actually know what I'm looking for anymore. I've just been wanting to shoot stuff. Oh, you know what? No, it's the blue key. We need to find where to use the blue key. I will say, this music, definitely up there for me in terms of just general stuff here. I might need to look this one up later so I can utilize it in... I might want to use this one during the tier list video, because I like this one. This track is really doing it for me. Wonder if anybody's done a guitar cover of this. Look that up. Like, this game is like, I don't know if this game is like even in my, like, you know, like massively like in my favorites, but I think just vibes alone, aesthetic, like magic but shoot 'em ups. I could jive with this, and genuinely, I feel like I would just want to play this guitar part because it's fun. You know, sometimes that's how it is with some music tracks. It just feels like even if the game it comes from is like, oh, it's not too bad. It's like, yeah, but like The music is kind of cooking. I can jive with this. Oop, down I go. Now the question becomes... Aha! There's... Okay, this is where I'm supposed to be. Very good, very good. I am in the right spot, because I want to be here, I think. Something with this place is where I'm supposed to be. I can feel it. Teleporter. I need to find my way to that teleporter. Radio. What's going on with that radio? Oh. Right, in I go. Aha! Maybe something... Maybe? Maybe? No. I don't have a torch yet, though. Oh, hello. Ah! Excellent. The way forward. I think. Just that's what it feels like. It's like, ah, the way forward? Maybe? Oh, hey now. Ah. Sir, do you happen to know where I'm supposed to be? Well, this is no good. This is not where I'm supposed to be. But it's closer, ain't it? We're getting closer. This is good. What? I'm gonna be listening. This music is gonna be haunting my dreams, isn't it? I can smell it. It actually does feel like a proper, like, town. Ooh. What did this do? What did it do? Ooh. The blue! Something new! Oh, God! Keep it moving, ODaM. Anyway, I started blasting. Ooh! Too many! Ow, ow, ow. Too many, too many, too many. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, man. That sucks. Ugh. Okay. Well, I know the level better now, so that's good. Why is this the auto-load? The auto-load is when I... Oh, that's right, because this is the beginning of the level. Yikes. Yeah, it'll be fine. Ow, 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 ow. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, yeah, it's the beginning of the level. Alright, let's try it again. Yeah, I definitely feel like I have to get better at this run and gun type stuff. Oh, wow, that was a waste. Word Boethia in which is assistance when help is called for. I feel like that's just... I guess it's like, so it's specifically the act of assistance when it is called for. Interesting. Kind of funny that isn't Boethia the name of the... I also know that it's the same name as the Daedric Prince in Skyrim. Or in Elder Scrolls, but you know what I mean. Who dares chant Latin at me? Let's see. We need a different weapon. I'm getting cooked, but it's okay. I'm making it work. Really just need to get rid of all the enemies in this area, huh? Oh god, not like this. And I keep forgetting how much damage enemies do in this game. Very easy for me to forget. Oh, that's right, the Morph Ovum. I'll have to use that at some point. We have it again. We might want to save it for some enemies that are actually tough. Go. Go. Get that fool out. I am dying. I have no ammo. Epimelia? Malaya is like responsible altruistic care for the weak, vulnerable, and sick. Intriguing. These are interesting. Interesting that we have a specific word for it. rather than it just simply being like, oh yeah, it's assistance and altruism. But I suppose one thing that human language has done a surprisingly good job on is making up words to fit very specific things. Like Sonder, which is a very weird word, all things considered. Because Sonder is a very strange word. Okay, you know what? I just realized there are so many switches I probably missed on my first read. I think I'm being goaded into going fast by the music. This bop is making me want to run very fast. Even if I really shouldn't be going this fast. I do like that they have that. I do like the quarter eater moments, even if they are a bit obtuse at times. Epimelectic behavior is studied phenomenon in animal behaviors. See, I feel like that's what confuses me. Is I don't know. I don't know. I understand the necessity for the like when like science makes a descriptive word for something like this, but I just find it fascinating when. I don't know, I just find it fascinating when it's like, okay, we're now going to have this massive word to describe simple concept. But it does, like, obviously it works well for, like, apt description, but it also can be at times an obstacle for the understanding. But I do understand. At least I understand, so I'm good. Enemies. Hello. Run down the stairs, blast everybody in sight, run back up. Ow. Meow. just zoom right in. Just meow. It's very silly. I like it. Hello. Alrighty. I think the big prize right now would be getting rid of all the enemies. I like these. I will say the crossbow. The crossbow is probably my favorite right now. Not even close. Ow, ow, ow. Alright, we're good. Hey, how'd you get behind me like that? Get out of here. Nerd. Ope. Ope. Oh no. Wait, that's a wall. I have more. No, I don't. Okay, we don't have a lot. We have nothing. There's nothing. Okay, one's dead. That's good. Oh, jeez. Ah! Oop. Ope. Ow. Okay, he's dead. That's good. Whew. I mean, it's because of the tradition of philosophy in ancient Greece, because their words didn't semantically narrow, so they're more abstract. Well, I guess it's also because it's like it's meant to be the word that describes the thing, so I guess that makes sense. Because it's like, well, you already have a word for the thing, so you don't need to invent more words. But I guess in our modern world, it's just it's a curiosity now. You know, it's different now. Have this. Okay. Alright, blast the chicken. Blast the chicken. Okay, much easier. Much easier. And the quartz potion. Cool. Oh, man. Ah! I'm gonna use that. There we go. We are doing so much worse this time. We are doing so much worse this time, all things considered. But either way, I guess the TLDR is much more in the fact that there's a lot of philosophy going on. Oh, jeez. Sorry, my brain is like trying to lock in a little bit on making sure we actually finish this level. I feel like seeing this for the very first time, I definitely do think there's a certain difficulty in actually trying to keep up with some of this game, especially given that I kind of feel the incentive to move fast, you know. Like, the game really wants you to be moving when you're in here, you know. So at times it can be kind of tough for me to slow it down, you know, try to get myself to kind of take it easy. I think in a way it makes it so it's harder to want to slow down in general, because you really move in this game, so it's like they don't really want you to slow it down. Maybe that's the psychological trick too, is that they really want, since they want you to keep moving, they probably do make the movement so fast because they just want you to move. We'll say it's not helping me much that every once in a while I'll walk into a hallway and just immediately be beset by enemies. Oh jeez. And kaboom. Oh jeez. At least we can outrun projectiles pretty handedly. Ow. Not that one though. Okay. Oh man. Do you know about Wittgenstein's philosophical work of philosophy of the language? No, I do not. I do not know this. I will not lie. I do not. And if it's like sometimes I've read things but I don't associate the thing I read with the name of the person. I just like, oh yeah, I read about this thing. Unless the topic is like very specific, like this, like, you know, like if I read Freud or something, I feel like that would be an example of, okay, I know this thing, but I also don't really remember much of Freud's writing because I only learned the Spark Notes, really. Which I guess is in general a mercy, given that I think a lot of, as much as I love reading up on various topics, sometimes the writing can be a little dry. And Sigmund Freud was not out to entertain, he was out to educate. The limits of my language mean the limits of my world. Oh, I've heard a version of that statement in, well, 1984, because I've read that book. That's a fun read. Definitely one that won't ruin your Sunday. I had to read it for AP literature back in high school. Gotta be real, one of those ones that you read and you kind of brood over and you really, you just kind of go, yep, and then you close the book and you're done. Because man, it's something to think over and it's something very important to read, but oh my god, it's definitely not one you want to read if your goal is to try and have a good weekend, you know? Like, hey, it's okay, I'm just trying to enjoy myself. So getting the lowdown with the ultra dystopia that he wrote is always a lovely time. Get back to a corner, find your way forward. Okay, get moving. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Let me out. Let me run around really quick. Let me... Okay. We're out of stuff again. Ow. Okay, get the gloves. Alright, gloves are good. Oh boy. Good gracious, I despise the fireballs. Okay, just keep moving. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay. There we go. The other ones are up top, so I need to... Slow and steady wins the race, I guess. Never mind. We are out of ammo. We're cooked. We're cooked. I'm getting out of here. Let me out. Let me out. But yeah, I understand the concept of like language, because it's something that I guess also in writing it's something that I should discuss, because that's a good point. And also language is a fascinating thing to look at anyway. But the language we choose to describe things does actually affect our psychological understanding of it. And by extension, the basics of it is that the way you write about things changes how people feel. And that can in turn adjust their perspective on a thing. Yeah, apologies. I need some water. Oh, jeez. My sinuses are getting all weird. Ugh. I think my body is still very much getting used to the adjusted septum. It's like they fixed it, and now my body's like, I've lived 2 decades without. I've lived almost 3 decades with it broken. I don't think we needed to fix that one. And it's like, well, too bad. Really a shame for you. I did not want to use that ammo. Get out the gloves. Huh. Maybe I could find some ammo somewhere? That would be very good. Or at the very least, like, I don't know, man. Something. Ah, ethereal arrows. Alright, that's good. Another item up there of some kind. Or no, that's the orb. That's the green. But when we describe something in a game, it's really important that we focus in and make sure we understand how our words affect the perspective on the player. It's especially true if you're writing a very text-heavy game. You really got to be careful about what words you choose to describe things, because you might inadvertently make people think negative, like, you know, either too positively or too negatively about a thing. So you got to be careful how you describe things. And sometimes even having just a neutral lens can be, it's sort of like a double-edged sword in some cases. I saw an article, I guess that could tie into something I saw recently. I saw an article about it was about Fallout New Vegas, and it was that the character Caesar, or Kaiser, depending on how you want to pronounce things, he's actually, the problem that they actually had was having people disagree, like, because like Caesar's Legion is not, I would not say they're good guys, but the thing is that the leader, the eponymous Caesar, he's very well spoken on many topics that you can ask him about, and the problem is that his argument for authoritarianism is very compelling, and that's kind of bad if you don't want to, like, you know, it's like, oh, I probably shouldn't directly be like, hey, the authoritarianism is perfectly fine. It's like, well, problem is that it's like it can be very hard to not, but you don't want to write an antagonist where it's just like, oh yeah, they have, like, frankly a toothless argument, you know. Temporarily grants flight. Okay, cool. So that's the flight. I understand. But how do I get there? Oh, I have to use the wings. I see. Oh, I think I see. No. What do you want me to do, game? How long does temporarily last, however? Now I'm kind of scared. Kind of scared I'm going to miss something, or I'm not going to be able to get to what I need to get to with this. The ammo's nice, though. I do appreciate that. The armor is also good. This is not where I want to go. Oh god, no! Doesn't respawn either, does it? No! Huh. So, now what? Oh, there's switches here. Duh. You know, that makes more sense now that I think about it, but, you know, sometimes I just gotta... Sometimes I really do just gotta struggle, you know? Ow. Perish. Ooh. You too. Alright, nice. The exit! Oh, God, these levels are taking longer and longer. How many levels are there anyway? Let's see, we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. I was gonna guess that it's each building. I guess that'd be 10, maybe? Actually, not sure. Oh, what the heck? Ah! Not bad. We take those. Even if it's a little weird. But yeah. Thinking back on the descriptions of, like, the AI, the stories using robots and stuff, but it's just, I think it's interesting because we've been grappling with the idea of, you know, robots or artificial sentience for like decades now. Like, the idea alone has been a thing that we've dealt with for many years. I mean, heck, you go back to stuff like ancient Greece's gods. It's like they had automatons that could, you know, do thinking and reason. So it's not exactly like it's something that hasn't been in the cultural zeitgeist for, you know, millennia. But I find it curious that only now do people really consider the consequences of the real tech, but it's like, I don't know, man. The consequences of the real tech have been just paralleled in other things anyway, you know? It's like, I mean, heck, it's just technology in ways. It's like, oh, magic. Like, we've used magic as an allegory for that stuff for ages now, you know? It's like, oh, well, if we put the magic in the wrong hands, it'll cause destruction. It's like, yes, it will. Exactly the same thing with every advancement. It's like you put a gun in the wrong hands, it's the worst thing ever. You give someone the ability to make fireballs and it's the wrong person. It sucks for everybody involved and the ones who aren't involved. It's like, I don't know, it's a good spot to jump to, but it's like, I don't know. I think it's been a well explored field. Certainly not a bad one to explore, but definitely well observed. Oh, this is a heckin' fight room. Okay. Yeah, that's a battle room. Let me see if I can't mess him up a little bit. Oh. Yeah. Okay, we're good. The imps are giving me trouble. Can my wand please shoot a little bit more accurately, please? This pea shooter is really doing it for me. Just, wow. I like the drums in this music. I don't know why. I feel like the music, again, it's like I feel like this music is a lot better than I was expecting. It's not like the most intense, but it reminds me a little bit of Golden Sun. Like, they're going for those sorts of ideas rather than the ideas that, like, they were going for in... Because I think that what they went for in Doom is a little... It's, like, a little bit more, you know, metal. A little bit more punk rock, as it were. Man, I'm so sad the rocker... I just thought about that, the rocker aesthetic, and it's like, oh, man. It used to be really easy and cool to be punk rock. I say that as the most straight-laced punk rocker possible. Wow. Oh, hey now. Alright, there we go. Nice. Nice. We have a lot of orbs now, so that's good. No. Whew. Okay. We're moving now. Oh, whoa, whoa. Huh. Alright then. Alright, the armor pickup is pretty good, I will say. Oh, the bag of holding is what increases my ammo capacity. That's what it's doing. I understand now. I see. Oh. What's in this room? Keep it moving, keep it moving. Oh, jeez. Okay. Where are those? Oh, hello. Cool. Huh. I will say, these cathedral windows are definitely doing it for me, though. These are cool. Oh, boy. Oh. Where are these axes coming from? God dang meteors keep coming out of nowhere. Why? Oh, what the? Oh, that's why! Oh. The secret disc! Not like this, not like this. Okay, we're good. Oh, brother. Why? Why? Leaned into a wall the wrong way and I got sent to the freaking back rooms. Did not need that level of stress in my soul. Jeez. Criminy Christmas. And a handbag full of grenades. Okay, what do I do? What do I do? Game, what do you desire from me? Huh. Oh, that baseline is... Oh, that's surprisingly nasty. That's some good stuff. Whoa. Yes, if I make the room brighter, I could see better. Yes. I don't think I should have jumped down here, huh? Unless maybe yes, no. Do we? No. How do I get out of here? Game, how do I get out of here? Why am I stuck here? Game, help! Am I actually stuck? Or is this just... Like, I can't go up here. I don't know what it wants me to do. Oh, why is the map? Oh, I see. Yeah, the game is like, oh yeah, just get out of here. It's like, I can't. How do I get out of here? This is a door here, but how do I open the door? I see it. There's a door on the map. Or is it... I think this calls for a reload, unfortunately. Yeah, because that one's like, I straight up couldn't have gotten anything. Kind of a shame, but what are you gonna do? That's okay. It does suck that it was that I had to reset, but honestly, I feel like if I'm gonna be stuck that badly, I feel like that would be a tough one to get back out of. But we'll take that L. That's okay. That's okay. It sucks a little bit, but you know, with my new knowledge, I should be able to make better use of my abilities, and at the very least, not die so quickly. Oh, jeez. At the very least, the level design, like, there are, like, with a few exceptions, given what we've seen so far, it seems like the areas have only gotten better, at least. I think at the very least, the complexity is not such a massive jump. Definitely nothing I can't handle, but in a good way. Like, the challenge is not so obtuse. Let's see. Oh, hello. There we go. Very easy. Very good. Let's see. Ah, my nose. Ah. driving with one hand. Ah, my neck. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Liking this one a lot, though. I'm liking it a lot. I think I like this one more also because it's very easy for me to think, oh yeah, the magic is cool. I think the magic is definitely an easy kind of W for the game. So I like the aesthetic of this game in general. I like the fantasy vibes. I think fantasy vibes are an easy win for me personally. Like I've seen many fantasy worlds, and I don't think it's very hard for me to just be like, oh yeah, I'm here to have a fun time in this story, in this, you know, this fantasy world. It's kind of funny. I think that the suspension of disbelief, you know, the ability to immerse myself in a fictional world, I feel like it works a lot better when there are sort of like inherent rules that just aren't meant to be worried about, you know, like I know one of the ones that I can immediately think of that comes to mind is if I'm in a very realistic setting and I see somebody jump from like a 2-story building and they land without any problems, it's kind of like, okay, if you're sure. You know, it's kind of like, I have seen what happens when you jump from 1 story. And frankly, it is usually enough to put someone in the dirt. So, that's where it's kind of like, you sure? Alright. Whatever you say, Chief. It really does sometimes feel like, okay, I don't think they realize how big a jump that is, you know? Like, it's not impossible. It's just one of those things where when you're doing a world closer to reality, you can't flub the details as much. You can't scrub those sort of things out without having to just kind of like imply superhuman levels of anything to your characters, you know? Certainly not a bad thing, but something that would kind of tear at the integrity of a story, you know? Especially if that story is meant to be taken, you know, a bit more seriously. Might have been a switch up there. I'm gonna go check. That might be the thing I'm missing. Let me go check. I'll go double check. Was there a switch? I don't see one. Nope. No switches. No switches. Okay, let's see. Look around a little more. Shoot that guy to death. I definitely am seeing, though, the arcade... I am seeing the arcade influences in this game a lot more right now, just because I'm seeing the very... like the quarter eater stuff like I saw in House of the Dead, you know? Like a lot of the House of the Dead type stuff where you're seeing where they expect you to get kind of off in a first run. And I too can see it. I think it's just... it's tough because when you first see it, you're like, oh, I see now. I recognize where I got duped. Alright, up we go. Okay, bag of holding, grab the shield. Don't really need to grab the silver shield. Okay, this room. Okay, after... now my curiosity is, in this room... can I get back out of here once the room is done? If not, that's where the problem is. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Okay, there we go. There we go. That keeps it nice and easy. Okay, let me see something. Cannot move this man. Okay, clearly it is expect that you can get out of there, but how are you? Okay, I am gonna pop open the secret again because I did like what I got out of that. Ow, 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 ow. Ow. Heck, dude. Okay. Pop it open real quick. Okay, there we go. Much better. The ammo is worth it, even if not really. In the end, it doesn't matter because I'm victorious. Okay. There's a secret here? No. Okay. Let me see if there's... gotta be something in that room, right? Ow. Well, this is no good. I can't get out of here like that. Yeah, we jumped down here. Well, how do I get out of here then? Yeah, because now I'm just back in the same problem. Back here. There it is. Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. That's annoying. Yep, okay, I see it now. Okay. Oh, that's stupid. Well, probably I shouldn't have reset them. I should have figured that out. You know what? That's okay. Lesson learned. There's always a way forward. That one feels a bit like I really should have seen that, but I guess it's also, thinking about it now, it is a bit of a weird one, because it's like the walls, it is supposed to be a hidden wall, but maybe it's, you know what, if I had to logic why they would do a wall like that, it is probably because they want to train the player to start seeing secrets so that on the next playthrough they can look closer. Because a lot of the secrets are just walls that appear non-interactable, but really are. So it would make logical sense they want to get the player to start seeing those sorts of things. Kind of a tough one. Kind of a tough sell, though. Even that, to me, feels like I'm stretching the logic a bit. But could also be they just overdid it on hiding it. That's fine. Sometimes you just gotta do that. I get it. I feel like it's better to... I feel like at times it may be better to overhide than to underhide. You know, like, it's... Like, I don't think it's a good idea to mess up the balance too hard, but I do think it is generally true, though, that something being too easy is kind of a hard sin to retract, you know? Kind of hard to get a game back from that if the player is not enticed by it. But if a game is too hard, some players will form a cult around it and say that you just need to get good if you're not good at it. So, that's also a thing. At times, I kind of worried if I'd ever make a game like that, you know, and inadvertently make a game that's a little bit too punishing for the sake of, well, too easy is... I think too easy can be... It's like kind of a trap, really. Because you want your players to be able to get their victories and be able to enjoy the game, but you don't want them to be just waltzing to it, you know? Like, it is very true you want the players to be having fun, but you don't want like, it is fun to have challenges, though. Exactly the sort of thing that needs to be considered. Oh, boy. Let's see, what am I doing now? Hang on, I need to clear my nostrils real quick, hang on. I think I did get sick over the last 7 days. I think after my niece and nephew, my nephew's, like, seeing my niece and nephew, like, my nephew's birthday party, I did posit myself the theory that, you know, you're around, like, half a dozen snot-nosed kids. Like, there's, like, half a dozen kids who are, you know, snot-nosed little brats. You know, and that's I'm gonna be honest, that's just being accurate to what I was dealing with there. But it's like, really, honestly, not really particularly inaccurate nor mean, but when you have a bunch of kids in one space, they're gonna spread disease. They're gonna spread disease. It is simply the law. Huh. Oh, yeah, okay. This is the area we did earlier. I ran around. Yeah, I ran around here and there was a guy back here. Is there more in this building? Eh. Huh. Peculiar. Do I need to fly or something? We do have the flight, so maybe. Might be what we do. Oh, you know what's funny? I'm now wondering, can you use the flight to break other levels? Or is the flight what they expect me to use here? Hmm. Huh. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's where I came from, Doi. Of course. Who am I? Be confused. Let's see. There's the green. Where's the... Okay, where's the blue? Oh, the map. Oh, ew. This is how the map works? That's disgusting. Oh my god. What did that open? What did that just open? Interesting that the map is, like, not real time. This is not the way. Okay, where did it open? I'm looking for sections of the map that I haven't explored much. Whoa. Let's see. Just like, huh. Why does this map feel, why does this map have, like, the mental equivalent for me of, like, reading hieroglyphs? It's like I received a papyrus in 1100s BC from my brother friggin' Agna Molestos the 17th or something. And I'm just like, ah, yes, of course. I have received the papyrus. Yes. The papyrus will tell me everything. What am I looking at, man? What is? Wait. I think I figured it out. Yep, I found it. Teleporter. There we go. Where am I? Why am I back in here again? Just, why am I here again? What is... Why? Man, I don't know what it is about I don't know what it is about these types of shooters that is just my sense of direction suddenly like breaks. You're gracious, man. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna use the temporary flight. Up I go. No. That gets me up here. That is not what I wanted to do. Balls. Oh, thank goodness, that's right, I have the invulnerability. How do I get to these guys? Okay, maybe the flight will illuminate my path by just letting me see. Oh. I swear these games, what is it with these games and my ability to see just dissolving? Like, it was right in the center of the room. You gotta be kidding me. How did I not see it? I ran by it like 5 or 6 times. Okay, I'm gonna save my game really quick though. Alright, cool. I'm trying to figure out what about these graphics, what about this game makes it so hard for me to see? Like, well, I guess the question is it a sight thing or is it a perception thing? Okay, we have ammo to spare with the rod, so we could use this. Oh, the water flows, I see. I can play this a little bit like a rail shooter, I see. Not bad. Honestly, this map isn't too bad so far. It's a little weird, but it's not too bad. I guess this game has a bit more... Pardon, I just took a lizard out from our kitchen. A lizard? I guess that makes sense. I mean, it kind of feels like lizards are the equivalent of like squirrels in the American Northeast, you know? It's like, where it's like, you know, if a squirrel gets it, it's like, it's not a common occurrence, but it is common enough of a thing for people to have tips and tricks about it. Boo. Death be upon ye. Ow. That's a green door. Well, that baseline is pretty good. I feel like this game's greatest claim to fame at this point is just the fact that the music is getting better with every level. Or at least it's raising the bar every once in a while. Maybe not every level, but I definitely can see it getting better. These basslines are helping out a lot. Good riffs are hard to come by, but when they're made, they're good. You know, that's one like misnomer I get confused by is whenever somebody says rift instead of riff. It was a foot long. We took it to the creek nearby. Well, that's good. Good you took it someplace where it's supposed to be. Oh, yellow key. Whip. But I don't know what it is with a guitar riff, and everyone says guitar rift, and I'm like, I always have to like bite my tongue to not correct people on it. You know, it's one of those things where I know how you say it, so it's like my brain just goes So I know that it comes from the fact that people they hear the word, not see it spelled. Because that's where a lot of that comes from, is the hearing. That's not language. That's why hearing is so goddamn important. It's very hard to speak and do a lot of things right when your ears aren't working right. Cool. I'm gonna keep fighting these guys because I just want them out of the way when I get back up. When I get up there myself, I want them out of the way. I do not want to deal with any of that. Alright, there's the yellow door, so we gotta go that way. You know what? I just realized hearing and thereing. Hearing and thereing. Hearing, thereing, overwearing. Okay, let's see. Ah. The quarter eater moments are really strong in this game. Like some of them, it's like okay, we're gonna throw these guys right around the corner. I wonder now, is that where stuff like Dark Souls got it from? Well, you know, like put the guy right around the corner. Because obviously the idea wasn't like it wasn't 100% novel to just put a guy around a corner into 3D space. Green key. What? Warg. Did I just get crushed by what did I just get crushed by? What in the goddamn? Yeah, I need some more water. Jeez. There we go. Oops. This is where the yellow key was. Or where the yellow doors is, so. Ow, ow. Seems like a good number of these enemies we could deal with from out here, because we could just keep firing and hope for the best. Actually, a lot of enemies we could deal with early. Ow. Heck. I feel like sometimes it's when I'm shooting at stuff like this, it just feels like my brain is just kind of like locking onto the stimulus, or at the very least trying to stay in the game space. This is definitely one of those ones that I could see this one being a lot of fun to replay. Or the fun would probably be in the second and third playthrough when you're like able to cruise because you know where all the things are on the map. I feel like there are a surprising number of games that feel their best when you play them again. Some I think are like absolutely the best on the first playthrough. I think this one's in the middle, where first playthrough it feels real good, and then the second playthrough, because you have the knowledge, you can really get moving. And that's its own special type of fun. But then I think things that are story driven, I feel like the magnitude of that first playthrough is a lot stronger in a story-driven game anyway. But I think that the impact of that of big reveals in story can be kind of hard to replicate on second and third watchings, you know? I think it matters most when it's something like where where knowing the twist retroactively changes everything. So it makes you reread everything with a different eye. I feel like the Persona games kind of feel like that a little bit. A lot of them tend to do that. Where knowing something is actually pretty important. I guess a weird fun fact, that's probably why Persona 4 is going to be a very long time out. If ever, because I think the game's story would be very hard for me to get through. Not necessarily because it's bad, because I don't think that's the case. It's more so a specific... It's one of those things where there's a reveal in that game. Like Persona 5 and Persona 3, there were reveals that were pretty important to the story that I was able to not know about beforehand. But Persona 4... Oh boy. We can thank BlazBlue Crosstag for that one, but... It's one of those things where, inadvertently, I think sometimes spoilers can end up becoming too... They kind of become too self-aware, is the way I would describe it. Where a game knows well that the people, or at least that, you know, it thinks it knows well, that, oh, the players definitely know this stuff because they've definitely played the game, so they would know this information. Where was that squish trap? What squashed me into paste earlier? Ow, ow, ow. Oh, I think it was this thing. Oh, I understand now. Ow. 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 Oh, jeez. But I think sometimes knowing a twist can inadvertently cause the game to feel really weird. Like, sometimes it helps the game because, you know, it gives you that context of, oh, what is that? I want to know what that is. It's the stuff you put in trailers, right? You know, that's the sort of thing you'd want to put in trailers, but man, there are times where a game reveals too much, or they reveal something and accidentally kind of mess it up for other games of it in the series, you know? Like I said, BlazBlue Crosstag is guilty for that one. Ow. There we go. Aha! There we go. What? Rats. I do not like these rats, I'm not gonna lie. There we go. Ooh. Good gravy. I do not like the rats. They perturb. Wonder what makes them decide to stay on the ground rather than fly. Enemy design, in terms of programming in this game, must have been an interesting sort of test. Because you are still working in three-dimensional space in terms of, you know, tracking and all that. So I do wonder how they decide to make enemies follow the player in that sense. Because graphically, they have to do it in certain ways to deal with the current problems with 3D graphics at the time. Like the 90s, you know, they have their certain... You have to deal with 3D graphics in certain ways. Because you're doing projecting. You're doing a lot of like projections with to make polygons, but... I do seriously wonder how they handle... Huh. Okay, let's take a quick look around. See if we can't find some... The orb is pretty nice, I'll take that. Oh man. I'm beginning to notice my stamina is like not as well trained as I thought sometimes, you know? Oh man. Alright, where do I go from here? Why do I go from here? Okay. Eh. Huh. Can it open? Ooh, it's Doom. I mean, Heretic. How's it going today, Ray J? Yeah, I don't know. I'm liking this one. It's definitely a strange one, but I am liking it. Where's the thing? Here it is. Where's that? I think this is what I need to press to open that. Good, how are you? I'm doing good. I'm feeling it. I had a great Christmas. I feel good. I had a fun time. I think it's very hard for me to not enjoy Christmas, frankly. Get it? Why? There we go. But I enjoyed the festivities this year, even if they're a bit low-key. Got plans for New Year's Eve? Mostly gonna be playing games with friends. I only plan on streaming on Tuesday, which is my birthday, and on the Sunday, which I'm gonna make it the first time we do I'm gonna make it the first replay game. So I'm gonna check the polls on the Discord, and I'm gonna see what we got. From what I saw, I believe it's gonna be Mario Sunshine and Star Fox Assault. I believe it's almost 2026 already. Yes. For some reason, the passage of years has not been as strange an occurrence to me, but I think it's because I don't think I've really internalized the difference in things. Oh, that's some good level design. Puts us right next to the green door. Good stuff. That's a good one. Some convenience. Doesn't solve everything, but it's nice. It's a nice step. Yeah, before you know it'll be 2030. You know what's funny? I know that a lot of people say that, you know, the years start to fly by you at a certain point, but I feel like that'll only start to happen once I have kids. Like, I feel like that's really what it is. Like, once I find someone I, you know, get along with pretty well and I actually get married, I feel like that'll be when days start to fly. Because right now it's kind of like, not like life is slow at all, but more just like I experience every day as every day. I don't really, the years haven't really been flying on me. It's kind of been me taking them day by day and walking with it, which I imagine for some people is probably sounds like an insane thing. Like, it sounds real good, but there is one downside to it that is kind of hard to describe. And it really is just that there's a kind of difficulty when you have to deal with things on a day by day, is that if you have like this ear thing I've had, it's like if you have to go through every day slowly and you have a problem and you have like a physical problem or a mental one, it's kind of hard to not let it sit with you. Like, that's kind of the only real downside to slowing it down, is that once you're slowed down and something decides to stick at your pace, it stays with you. That can be kind of tough. Yeah, hang on, I gotta adjust my seat again. Deal with this. Freaking chair cushion. But, in any case, I'm looking forward to the new year. I have so many plans, ow. And I know that tomorrow and the 31st, like at least during the day, I do plan on recording some videos for the year. Like this year's tier list. I do plan on doing that. I think the tier list will be quite an interesting video because I have to talk about some big ticket items. Like, I feel like just putting Claire Obscura in the description is going to be a big one. I feel like just putting Claire Obscura in the description will be like, people will be like, Claire Obscura? And I was like, yes. Yes, we're talking about that one. But I am not too worried. But, let's see. How do I get... Alright, you know what's one thing I haven't... Oh, God. Ow. How do I get the key? Alright, egg. Egg. Oh, God. But in any case, what was I on about? But I know I'm gonna do the tier list. I hope I can get it done quickly. But I'm gonna record the tier list video for the year, and then I do want to get that new video series I was cooking up started. I want to try and record those when I can. I do need to watch my throat though, so I don't like, you know, if my voice isn't gonna be able to handle multiple recordings, I have to split it up a little bit. Alright, there's gotta be a switch somewhere in this room, right? Maybe somewhere nearby? Where can you make it TikToks this year? Of this year? Yeah, I have determined, if of all things, I have determined that I don't think I could do short form content. Something I can't. I definitely can't do it, and I certainly understand how it works, but I don't know, something about, like, I feel like for me personally, it's just not something I enjoy making a ton. I like making edited content, but it's very hard for me to do short form. But I have figured out that a lot of it's because, and I think this is more of an observation than any sort of like slight to myself. I do not make clippable content most of the time. Like, it's something I notice with streams that's very hard to do, is that when I do get clips, it's, you know, it's great. I'm grateful for it, but it's very hard for me to actually make them. Like, because a lot of my streams are not particularly clippable. It's very hard to distill one of my streams down to a summary of 5 minutes, you know? It's kind of difficult to distill all these long-winded discussions down. Because I don't, like, end it with a, here's the summary of the points type of thing. Okay, what was the point of this room? The teleporter there, but how do I get there? Let me see. Let's see, how do I do? So far I made a list of 10 games I enjoyed this year. That's pretty good. Great also that you had 10 that you could choose from. I feel like it's nice when you're able to, like, sit down, and I feel like it is also nice when you get to make a list like that, though. Yeah, every year I do my tier list where I describe... Oh, ad break, god dang it. I do make my tier list every year, though. Let's see, where do I go? So let me take this moment to stretch really quick and observe the map. Oh boy. Okay, let me see. There's a green door back there. Maybe that's the one? Maybe that's what I'm looking for. Oh, no, it's not. This is the... There's the blue door. Oh, there's that stairwell. I see it now. Okay, now I think I'm beginning to understand. Oh god, that's a lot of damage. Okay, that could have been very lethal. Oh my god. Jeez. Let's see. I think I understand now where it wants me to go. Maybe? Go. There's a doorway. There's a stairwell that goes way over there. Oh boy, let me take a moment. Oh man. Working on a philosophical framework for my projects. Haven't written something to develop into code yet. A prototype for a platform called F4. Intriguing, but it's kind of odd to have you written up for like design documents and stuff. That is something I have found is a very important science to get into if you're going to design anything. Is it's absolutely vital to have a good design document. Because holy crap, it is very hard to make a game or anything out of it. The only bad part was I played about 19 games that came out this year. Let's see. Well, it's like, I know that it's hard. I think it's hard to keep up with the games that come out in a year, but that would not be, I wouldn't feel too bad about that one. Oh god. Oh, why'd I fall? That's Okay, how do I... I don't know why it just occurred to me, but I don't think I actually know how to get to and from out of this place. Oh, hey. This is new. This might be what I was looking for. It is. This is where I was looking for. Good. Thank goodness. Whack! Okay, we're good. Oh, we have so many orbs. Yes, thank goodness. Ooh. I think with projects, like, I know with games, it's like the whole thing is you want a design document before you even start coding. As now I'm watching a video of games that got delisted. Oh, I see, I see. Yeah, I know that this year, I think I played in total less games than last year. I think some of that, not all of it, but some of it might be because I played a lot of longer games. So I know I played more long form, big capital G game type things, you know? Which I think it can slow down the year's ability to play games. I guess also there weren't as many games this year that came out this year that I was able to jump to. I actually think the game that I'm kind of be nice to myself, I think I'm the most late to, is I know that next January, like this coming January, I am planning on finally getting, because I finally got it because I got it for Christmas, which I'm like a little excited about, but I finally have Pokemon Legends ZA. So I'm excited about that, but it is also like, man, I feel like I am very behind everybody else when it comes to talking about it. So I've seen some snippets, some gameplay and stuff on occasion, but it looks just like more of what I liked about the original, like with Arceus, but worries on that, yeah. And that's kind of the thing I knew this a while ago. And it's something I've known, but it's something that I think sometimes I have to remind myself on, is that it doesn't really matter when you play the game. It's like, did you play the game and did you have fun? You know, it's like, if you're not able to stay up to the minute on the trends and the themes, it's like, it's kind of just fine. You know, it's like, it doesn't really matter. Like, well, thankfully, the games will be there when you go to play them. With some rare exceptions, of course. There are some games that disappear before you get to them, but at least that's the exception, not the rule, you know? That's fine. I think it's alright. And of course, in the case of a Pokemon game, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna have time. I'll be fine. Yeah. Oh, come on. He was right there. How lame. Whack. I think that we have a lot of arrows and a lot of time, so we'll make it work. And of course, the Time Bomb of the Ancients is doing some work, so that's good. Yeah, the Time Bomb is doing some surprising work, I will say. Well, that's the exit door. Well, just puts me over here. It just puts me over here. What's the... Okay. We'll take that. I don't know what... You know what it is? I think I figured out what this reminds me of. This baseline reminds me of... It's the Spyro music. It's Spyro 2. Ow. Alright, I'm okay with leaving now. That's okay. Okay, Hell's Maw. I see one building we haven't gone to yet, though, so... I don't know what's going on there. That sounded gross. Gotcha, I'm now watching bad games with the worst versions. What would you consider to be... I guess, you know what's one thing that I always find very frustrating is the... Not like the idea of bad games, but more just like... what even constitutes a game that is bad? Because I think what I've landed on at this point at least is that I feel like an actually bad, like, you know, if I say a bad game, I feel like a bad game's boring. You know, like I don't think it's poorly designed. I think it's just when it's boring. Like, I have seen games that are poorly designed that are also boring, and those count. But I definitely don't think that all bad games are boring, you know? Or at least, you know, that Ark Survival on the Switch is capital ouch. Oh. I will confess, some of that might also be because Ark itself is kind of... I like Ark a fair bit. Ow, out of the lava. Out of the lava. Okay. That's gonna hurt a lot to go back and forth from, huh? But I feel like Ark in general, its optimization is always a little dicey, to my eye. So I remember playing Ark a couple of times, and man, its optimization always kind of was a little... Like, it's not awful by any standards, but its optimization was always a little bit dicey. Owie. I run to here. Aha! There we go. Alright, we have temporary flight, so that's great. We don't have to walk over next time. If I need to walk back through here. But yeah, that's a reasonable one, though. I can see that. Oh, geez. Let's see. I didn't miss a pickup over there, so... Oh, probably a switch. Probably a switch. Yeah, sure. You know, probably worth it for me to just walk in and start blasting. And I do love being able to fly around. Excuse me? Oh no. No, 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 let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out. I want out of there. Whee! Oh, what is that thing? Oh, big skull! I like that. Give them 6 to 8 months to make a Switch port, which that's not a lot of time at all. That's really bad. That's a really rough amount of time to get to. Yeah, no, that would have been tough in general. The egg. Oh god. Oh god. Ow, my face. Okay, somehow that worked out, but like barely. That barely worked. I'm being shot at from multiple directions. I gotta move. Whoa. The flask. The flask. Get turned into chickens. Alright, thankfully the chicken method worked. That was good. Owie. Oh god. This is the... Ah, what? I got warped. Why am I warping? Perish. The number of enemies in this place is absolutely insane. I do feel like this game lacking the like, because this game is definitely like the scan one, where it's like you fire and it makes a straight line rather than being bullet based. I'm noticing the difference between this and Doom is that I think that one is actually bullet based with certain weapons, whereas this game, yeah, see, this game actually does it too, actually, because it does both, because it has the hit scan and the hit registration. Like, it's bullet and hit scan, rather. That's surprising. I don't know. That's a weird one. Ow. I need to drink potions. Ow. I don't care if it's a waste. I really don't want to die. You know what? Fire the big cannon. I need these guys to die. Okay, there we go. Claw orb. Why are there so many of them? Oh, hi. Ah! Ring of invulnerability, go! Ring of invincibility, cool. I'm gonna grab other stuff while I'm here. You grab everything I can, because good God. How many... I'm just realizing how many potions do they give us for quartzes? Holy. They really said you're never going hungry again. Ow. Yeah, I'm gonna deal with that from a distance. That looks gross. You know what? Using the flight. It's kind of surprising. I guess what surprised me right now about the gun, how the guns work in this game, is that they... Oh god. Is that they... It's specifically how they interact with the environment. Because of how they calculate damage. Okay, I need to drink more potion. Are they just spawning indefinitely out of there or something? Good God. Dear God. God, I gotta ask the real questions, like, why the hell did this room get made? Uh-oh. Huh. Ow. Okay, what else do we need in this area, then? Hang on, apologies. Ugh, jeez. I do appreciate this place being so wide. Because, man, we definitely need it, but... Holy. What else is going on in here, then? Here. What absence are we missing? Did that. Let me look at the map. Maybe there's something missing in my sights. I need to double check. Aha! There must be a door. There's a door on the other side. I see. Use the ring of invulnerability. So I see it now. I see. Oh my god, that's it? Master Assassin? What? Kill all enemies on one map. Oh, hey, look at that. With the destruction of the Iron Liches and their minions, the last of the undead are cleared from this plane of existence. Heretic Episode 1. Creatures had to come from somewhere, though, and you have the sneaky suspicion that the fiery portal of Hell's Maw opens to their home dimension. Make sure that more undead, or even worse, things don't come through. You'll have to seal Hell's Maw from the other side, of course. Oh. Oh, so that's what all these episodes are. Okay. Oh, so it's similar to Left 4 Dead in that respect, where you have different episodes. Okay. Well, that's cool. All right. So we beat the City of the Damned. Pretty good. So that was almost 3 hours to beat that. Now the question is, do I think I could even make a scratch in episode 2 before we end for today? Solid maybe. That'd be a tough one. Oh man, need a stretch. Ooh. Okay. Do you want to... How are we feeling? Ending soon? Well, I don't think we're going to end stream soon, but I don't know if we can do the entirety of an episode in 1 hour. So do we want to do another episode, or would we want to swap games? Even though I think I'd like to just do episode 2 personally. I don't think we'll end soon. I think we could... you know what? No, we'll do this. We could do it again. We'll just do we'll start episode 2, see how it is. I think that's fine. Does kind of suck that we're not gonna be able to finish it right now. I might have to come back to this one. Might have to make a pin on that one. I don't know. So I can't really think of any other games to swap to anyway. I just thought about them. Do we want to swap games? And I'm like, do I even know what game I'd swap to? And it's like, That's actually a fair point. That's a fair point. Oh, brother, what? Man. Okay. Well, this is already off to a swimming start. Nice designed area though, because we got a lot of room to move anyway. Yeah, we have a lot of room to run around these guys and keep moving, so that's actually working out in our favor. Oh, not bad. Yeah, I think as much as I was like, I entertained the idea for a moment, and then I thought about it, and I was like, I think mainly because I realized I don't really know what game to swap to that would be also 1 hour. We'll just keep going. You're a nerd. Oh, these guys... Wait, they died to one hit from that? Huh. Well, don't I feel silly? I feel like this baton is definitely one of the funnier weapons we could use. You'll have to... You're chatting with my stepson now. In Bhutan for 2 months now. Kept asking for me. And the phone to his aunt. Oh, I see. Well, that's nice. Nice when they know the favorite. It does happen sometimes. Ooh. That's a great jump scare. My God, that's hilarious. My God. Oh. Remembers all the parts of the face I taught him. Well, that's good. Nice that he's doing well. Also, man, that enemy being right around that corner, that's a vicious jump scare. That's a good one. Owie, 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 owie. Hurt. Ooh. Alright, we're good. Me kindergarten in the new year. Very, very good. That's gonna be a lot of change, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. Ooh. Honestly, this guy being introduced, that first one being introduced by Pitch Darkness, that's so good. Like, I has just a beast in the darkness. That's a good reveal. Jeez. Good on the game devs. Seems like they have a pretty solid control. What the heck does this do again? Heals 100% health. Probably gonna... Oh, definitely gonna need that soon. Oh, there's 3 of them. Oh, I see. They showed us 1, and it's like, oh, it's like a mini boss. Okay. Here's 3. Okay, understood. Thank you, game. Ow. Okay, just use the thing. Ow. Yikes, man. Why is there 4? Good God. Man, hell, they actually did they really did mean it when they said hell had a lot of weird stuff in there. Golly. Oh, man. I'm kind of surprised how many enemies they threw at us right away. I know this is episode 2, so they expect you to have the experience in the first game, but... Man! I think I'm just more surprised and a bit impressed that they're willing to be this insane off the cuff. Holy. Okay, we're good, but... And that HP is not looking... Oh, wait. I think this music's kind of okay. This one's only okay. Whee! Oh, hello. Oh, that would have sucked. Just, come right in and just explode right away. Ow! Over I go. Meow. Whee! Oh. I think at this point I just want to scout the map out and see what we're dealing with. Holy. Thankfully the map isn't too bad, it's just a little weird. Oh, yeah, that's gonna be finicky to navigate, ain't it? Oh, jeez. Ow. Ah! Got shot right out of the air. Oh no. Got shot right out of there. It was going kinda okay. And again, it's okay. This is like I'm gonna be a little bit more foolish at this point anyway. I can accept that. Honestly, between this and Doom 64, I do think this is definitely a more exciting play. I guess I would say. Thinking on how at the beginning of stream, Crooked brought up that his dad played this one, and I'm like, you know, I feel like I would have picked this up as I think I would have picked this up at the time. This came out in '94. If I was up gaming at that point, it's like out seeing Nintendo catching strays on bad versions of games. Oh, it happens sometimes. It do happen. I think I think I know older games. Some of it was just censorship, but I don't think that's a bad thing. Just like in comparison to the cooler other version, it could kind of be like, eh. Ain't that a shame? What do I think about the term moral sense versus moral intuition? I'll not lie. First instinct, I don't see the difference. Like, I understand I obviously understand there is a difference, and I understand the difference is probably quite large, but in my head, it's like, well, I mean, I guess moral sense is just like, what do you think is right and wrong? And then moral intuition is what is your gut instinct of right and wrong with a new situation. Kind of like what the difference between what do you know to be right and wrong and what do you think is right and wrong. The difference really being that do you know for sure, like what you know for sure versus what you would intuit from a situation given to you. At least that's what I read it as. Yeah, Nintendo sometimes does have... It's actually something that's happened a couple times with games that need to be censored to be on Nintendo, but I know Nintendo's recently gotten lax. Not lax, I guess not lax is the word, but I would say they've gotten a little bit, like, more okay with certain things because their system is clearly being used by all ages now. So because they're making games that are M-rated. They're not making them, but they're putting more games that are M-rated. Sometimes they make M-rated games though. But M-rated games have been showing up on their console, so they're kind of like being more okay with it. Because they recognize that it's part of the day now. I agree because I enjoyed 50 Cent Bulletproof on PSP, but turned out the worst version. That was a Sony one though, yeah? Like, because the PSP is Sony, so... Was 50 Cent Bulletproof on the Nintendo something? I do not know anything. I don't know the 50 Cent lore, unfortunately. I do like this music. I'm liking this music more as we listen to it, but there are moments where my brain's like, it's kind of tuning out for me. Ow. Heck. Oh, I got items. I see. Thought it was, but sadly it's not. What, the PSP? I mean, that's fair. I feel like, you know what it feels like? It feels like that's like the culmination of, is like, you know, those kids and their Nintendos, you know? Like the culmination of every adult calling it a Nintendo, you know? Inadvertently causing somebody to have to reckon the fact that it is indeed not a Nintendo. Now, is that guy also immune to the lava, or is he merely, like, just face tanking it? What's the deal? I do appreciate the ability to Gmod V-clip around. Pretty darn fun. The ability to just V-clip. I feel like V-clipping would be one thing, if I could do it in real life, that would be very funny. Like, just the ability to kind of slide around, like, just float around and just kind of do stuff. What's V-clipping? Ah, you know what? That That is, you know what? That's funny. It just occurred to me that's not a common term. In Gary's mod, in the game Gary's mod, you can press V when you're in sandbox mode to basically enable 3-dimensional flight in all directions. Ow, I'm dead. I ran out of flight during while I was over lava. Oof. Oof. All right, that sucks for me. But V-clipping is essentially it's like unrestricted 3D movement. It was first seen in Gary's mod where you could just kind of fly around and like there's no gravity applied to you. You just kind of move your location in the X, Y, and Z axis. Allowing for people to, and you can also like V-clipping also lets you go through walls and floors, so it essentially let you go anywhere you wanted to. And that reminds me, I told myself at some point I wanted to do Gary's mod, I wanted to do scary, like the most famous horror maps as a stream. Because I thought Gary's mod would be a rather interesting one to return to. If only because it's funny. Now, let's see. I feel like I think I'm starting to wind down. Also, because we beat the first episode, so I don't feel too bad about dipping now. But not from stream, so hang on. I'm gonna change the category real fast. Oh, I have to do that on here, that's right. I have to do it on my computer. I remember. Because they don't let you change your category on mobile now. Right, I almost forgot. There it is. Yeah, well, I'll need to come back and try and do more of this game when I can. Okay, change the category. There we go. All right, that should work. Should do it. All right. I'll do a little bit of power washing so I can talk a little bit, so I can just chat. I can chat with you guys and talk, but also because I've been having fun playing this off stream, and I really want to play some more. I want to play some more. I like it. But in any case, yeah, V-clipping is a Gmod thing, and I should play some Gmod someday. But oh man, yeah, I've been having some fun on this on my own time. Am I in the middle of a job? I was. Continue. All right, let's continue. Is it going to continue from where I left off, or is it going to be start from the beginning? No, from where I left off. Okay. I started this job just before stream because I was kind of I was kind of needing something to zen, sit and zen with a little. So that's good. Apologies. Yeah, throat's kind of still a little weird. Oh boy. But in any case, I thought Heretic was quite good. I always feel a little bad when I stop a game early, but I did think that, like, all right, we played through the entire first episode. I think I got the idea of what they're going for. At least I think. Obviously I should play the whole thing if I can. I think that one in Doom 64 might be ODaM should finish it as homework off stream rather than doing the rest, because I think the tough thing is that gameplay wise, like in terms of the gameplay, I don't know how much more they'll add. Obviously with Heretic, I think they have more mileage, so that one has a case, but I do think the gameplay is quite good. I thought the gunplay was pretty solid, as a Doom-like. Because that one really is a Doom-like. It really is just, okay, you're playing Doom, but it's magic. I thought the weapons are pretty good. I think it was kind of difficult to stay topped off on ammo, though, which kind of led to some awkward situations where if I burn through too much ammo, then it's like, well, what are you going to do, So that can be kind of awkward, but, that's fine. Otherwise, it's just kind of like, oh yeah, that's good. It's like, oh yeah, I can jam with it. I'm having fun with it. Overall, solid game. I definitely think if like somebody were to like look at, you know, first person, you know, for FPS games, I feel like Heretic, I would say like, yeah, you should play this as like a historical thing. Definitely on the history side, it's like, oh yeah, this is the good stuff, you know. I think it doing Doom's thing but Magic is just fine because it's still doing the Doom thing as well as Doom did. Just about. I think the level design was pretty solid. I do think that the beginning of episode 2 is a little bit like, okay, that's a little dicey, but yeah, I think hell having a ton of lava was kind of expected, to be honest. I think it's all right. Oh boy. I have been finding I need to take some time to properly relax and readjust sometimes, though. My ear thing is still kind of bothering me, so I'm hoping that with the sinus issue, with like my nose issues that I've been having lately, that the ear thing will go away too, but I had a thought that I should probably adjust some of my, you know, some of the habits I have so I can help it out, but we'll see. See if I can get everything, if we'll see how I can manage next few weeks. Oh boy, going into New Year's is going to be a little bit weird. Because I kind of know that my tier list video is going to be kind of heavy for me, so maybe it'll be good. Maybe if I do it before the year's beginning, maybe that'll be good for me because it'll be a form of catharsis, you know? Sometimes it's just necessary, you know? I feel like sometimes it's just like, you gotta talk it out, you know? If you have like problems and such, you just gotta talk through it. It's that sort of stuff, you know? Cool. And this is quite a large place. Bye. Wash your equipment. Might just need to move the platform around. And this house is in a nice neighborhood. What the heck? I have noticed this game has surprising detail in the rest of the world as well as like the place you're in. Because man, you can really see out like a far distance in every map. It's kind of surprising. I don't know, it just doesn't really, it's not really the thing you expect, you know? It's like, oh, okay. Wow. I think this game really did kind of crank the dial way to 11 in terms of what it can do. Oh boy, I needed a moment. Apologies. I don't know. This year was quite a weird one overall. I think some of the things that happened I wasn't really ready for. Was not really ready for it. That's okay, but, you know. Can make handling it a little bit harder, you know? Because, man, I think when it's something unexpected that you just couldn't really prep for mentally, it's like, man, it does hit different. Oh boy, let me think. I'm trying to think of like schedule stuff I should tell you guys about. Because we're gonna stream Tuesday, because that's my birthday, the 30th. I was watching The Time Traveler's Wife with my partner last night. Well, that sounds nice. It's like a fun movie. Or yeah, it's probably a movie. But yeah, it's like I'm thinking of the future. I know that. Let's see, we got that. I'm gonna try and get some edited videos out. Not shorts, but I'm gonna do. I had some ideas I wanted to try. I had an idea for a series I wanted to do, so I'm gonna try that in my spare time. I think if I record all of the raw footage and then make it so I edit and post them, you know, once a week or something, I think that would be doable, you know? And then in the case of the like, streams are going to continue as usual. I have figured out the schedule for next year. Because I know Fuga 3 is going to be on Thursdays, and we're going to do Pokemon Legends on Wednesdays. And I know This next Sunday, not today, but the next Sunday, we're gonna... I think I'm gonna start with the replay series and start with Star Fox Assault. Because that I've been looking forward to. I've been very much looking forward to replaying that one. Be a very good time. One of those games where I'm just like, yep, I'm here for it. 100%. Let me put this. Put this over here. The number of times I pressed the jump button instead of the set down button. So many times. Alrighty. Whew. I'm really appreciating that, though. I'm appreciating the ability to go back and play now that I think about it. I am surprised that in terms of the series replays, that Stellar Glow isn't ahead, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's more just an interesting observation, given that it was quite formative for my streaming time. But honestly, Triangle Strategy looks real good, though. I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see that one again. I think with the foreknowledge to do the Golden Run, like, right from the get-go, doing the Golden Path from the get-go, I think that will be probably more productive, because it means that we'll just go to do the true ending right away. I do wonder if I'm going to do the epilogue at all, though. I've been thinking about that the whole time. Ever since I brought up the idea of replaying it, I've thought about that epilogue, because I've left it alone on purpose. Because I genuinely didn't want to ruin the ending with, like, any other information. But I also wonder, it's like, is it actually gonna make it bad? Or am I overthinking things? I guess the reason I thought about that was because it was after I'd played the answer that I remembered that Triangle Strategy had an epilogue that got added in an update. And after playing the answer, I got really worried about DLC added to a game that retroactively adjusts the story of the game, and I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that one, Chief. I think it's because after playing the answer, I was like, dude, this is... Ugh. I remember Persona 3, the answer really left a bad taste in my mouth with that stuff. Like, there are some things I don't need defined answers for, and I feel like of all things, Happily Ever After is not something I need to follow up on, you know? Like, even though, you know, it is a morbid curiosity, like, oh, I wonder how they're doing now that, now that the world is saved, what's next, you know? But I think when it comes to games and storytelling, like storytelling in general, really, I do feel like there's a certain amount of necessary vagueness that needs to still exist, you know, like it's the sort of thing that gets people to write, you know, their AUs and their fanfic over is the uncertainties. I try not to cry on that, to be honest. Like, as in, like, when a game gets added to, or... There was a lot of things in there that that sentence had a lot of... That monologue had a lot of subjects that... I'm trying to make sure I know which one you're talking about. It did end up with a lot of them. But there was dirt on that thing on the right. Yeah, it's kind of surprising. Persona 3. Oh, yeah. Honestly, the original, like, a Persona 3's, like, base game, like, playing that, the ending, oh, that's some good stuff there. I'm not gonna lie. I know Persona 3 Reload's probably one of my favorite games I've played in general. Probably up there in my top 10. Very easily so. Even, like, there are some things, though, that I kind of, like, forget about. And it's the same thing that happens with Persona 5, actually. Is that and I'm not kidding about this, I straight up sometimes forget certain confidants even exist. And man, sometimes that stuff just hits different. yeah, 5 stream streak. Game design facts. I could wrap it into this stuff too, I guess, that I feel like with games, the one thing that, like, unlike books, frankly, I think books, like, some people have tried to do this to books, but I don't think it ever really changes much, really. Where editions, different editions change the endings, or the story gets changed, but I feel like games are one of the rare times where we can, in real time, adjust the final result of a product. And I will say one thing about updating games that is very bizarre, I'll use that as my game design fact, is that, interestingly, with a lot of game executables, is that if you replace the file, but, keep it the same name, that's how we get those very small, very lean updates on games, is when you're only changing the files that need to be changed. And I think more amateur devs will, when they update a game or do something to a game, they don't merge with the baseline. On Steam actually does this very well. They actually let you do that, where they only change the files that got changed. And man, it really does make updates a bit of a pain in the neck if you have to re-download the game every time. And some of that is just a matter of, you really do have to build your game to be allowed to update a little easier, It's also, like, I guess with the story stuff, it's like, it's weird when you can update, literally changing the lore or the context of a thing. Which has happened in some games, I've seen it, where they actually inadvertently change the context of the whole story by changing something that happened, or the way that it was described. Let's see. I should probably clean the roof of this thing while I'm here. But yeah, it's just like, feels weird sometimes, it's like, because with books, it's like, if you read a different copy of the book, the ending will be the same, at least for the most part. Unless you read something like, I think it was Bram Stoker's The Mummy, I think, does this. Like, there's 2 different versions of the ending, but I mean, it's the same, really, because it's like, okay, in both versions, the mummy's resurrection doesn't work, or whatever. And I just remember it's like, yeah, it's not that big a deal, but it's still like, oh, something to consider. But with games, it's like, sometimes you end up changing something, and it just totally warps the entirety of the perception of the game. Which is bizarre. Like, the fact that the memory itself can be changed. In a way, that's how I feel right now about Honkai Star Rail, where I feel like the number of times they've changed voice actors, it's like, it changes, because the delivery of a line, the voice of a character can change a lot of stuff about the story, of how it happens, because, a different voice actor is going to put different inflections on a line, they're going to do different things to the delivery. That person, in essence, is a different person, it's like, I guess in a way, the way I could also explain it is sort of like how, if you've ever compared the differences between the different Sonic the Hedgehog actors, it's really easy to tell that each one actually changes the way that the character is portrayed, and by extension, the character changes, it's like, it's different. And it's fascinating to see how different a character can be with the changes there. But for something like a live service gacha game, it's kind of a weird thing to do, because it makes it so that people who come and play the game after you've played it, if you can't go back and see those cutscenes again, it's like, you don't have the context of that voice delivery. So, there are 2 different characters being portrayed here. There's the one that we remember from the first updates, the very first time we saw them. And then there's the ones that new players are seeing, where they're only seeing the newest version of this person. That's weird, Very strange. But it's fascinating, It's like, especially for the way a story is made, it's like, it's interesting that you can completely change the story as a whole by doing so. Yeah, they enjoy doing that. And it's like, obviously it's not just them, because there are other characters that, like, the voices change over time. And, like, depending on the game you get, sometimes, like, a character can be totally different because the voice actors are changing, And I think the voice is a very important part of any character, even me, it's like, technically I am classified, because I am a classified as a VTuber, I am technically a character. And it's like, I feel like if you saw this face, but not the voice, it would be a very different context for the stream, you know? It's like, it's a very different sort of experience, you know? And that's true in general with a lot of these things, so it's interesting when I consider, like, okay, if you had the same model for like a VTuber, and you change the voice, it's like, that's a different character. So yeah. Some fun, interesting things to think about for game design stuff, you know? Like, very important to consider the voice of a character. Or if they don't have one, you know? It's like, I've actually been kicking around an idea for a game in a very sci-fi sort of way. Kind of feels like Tron, but no external type, you know, storytelling. None of that really, but I had an idea sort of like that where it's like in a computer, but I like the idea of like, what does it mean to have a voice, you know? Like, in general, it's like, it's not just the physical sounds we emit, you know? It's like, it's the stuff that we say. It's the stuff that we would say as a person, as a character, as an entity of with a soul, you know? It's like, what do you say? And I've seen at times what happens to people who give it up, you know? It's like The Little Mermaid, you know? You give up your voice, what does that do to you? And in some ways, it really does start to haunt you when you can't use your voice to speak well. Like, if your voice is not the one speaking, whose is, right? Because I've met many people where they say words come out of their mouth, but they say nothing. But also, you know, those people who speak and I don't hear their words. I hear the words of others, you know? Which those are the people I probably am the most antagonistic towards. And it's like, if anyone's ever seen me get genuinely, like, kind of snippy, like, very sassy with a person, like, genuinely, like, kind of being, like, the antagonist of their story, usually it's because I don't hear their voice. When I hear someone's voice, I'm fine. But when someone talks and I don't hear their voice, I get, like, it's like when, you know, like a dog or a bird kind of hears something wrong and they get, like, riled up. That's what it feels like. Kind of feels like it puts my hackles up when I hear someone's voice, but no... Like, I hear their voice, but it's not theirs, you know? That's kind of concerning. I feel that. It's like, there's a certain genuine nature of the soul that, when it's not there... It also happens when somebody's like... I guess another great example of that is when I hear words, like, written words, and I can tell that they didn't write it, you know? And it just makes me feel like, okay, you clearly don't want to speak to me, so that's fine, but you don't need to use this facsimile to speak for you. That's sort of... to me, it's a form of foolishness. Why am I doing these steps now? I was in the middle of that other side. I have to be back here anyway. Yeah, whatever. But, yeah, it's like, it's one of those things that... It happens in game design a lot more often than people would think, where somebody makes something and... How does this even get so dirty? I don't know. It happens. I mean, honestly, in this universe, it's like, if something gets dirty, it gets dirty. Like, there is no such thing as a half-dirtied thing, you know? Like, truly. There we go. But, I don't know. It's just like... I don't like saying, I don't know. Imagine if real life was like this. Like if everything got dirtied, like, it just this fast. Not good enough. Okay, I do have a hypothetical to pose to chat. Not because it's important or even game design related, but that elevator's so janky. Well, no, I was mashing the button. You know, I'm just kind of... It's fine. I'm just... It can go just fine. I just like mashing the button. It was funny. It's just fun to mash the button. I don't know. It's just fun to press it. Will not lie, I was just having fun. But I have a hypothetical to pose to chat, even though it's completely such a sideshow question. But I don't know. It was a question that I asked some friends and they had fun answering it. But you know those scented markers like you get as kids, like where you can write with them and they make a color, but also you can smell them and they're like, oh hey, it smells like strawberries or whatever. And the whole idea is that like, you're supposed to draw with a bunch of them and then you smell the page and it's like, oh, it smells like a freaking fruit basket or whatever. I don't know. But okay, if you could choose any it's color and smell combination, what are you making? My answer was a silver marker with diesel scent. Because I have nostalgia for diesel. From going to ski club. Also because the idea of drawing on a piece of paper and smelling diesel is very funny to me. I don't know exactly why it's funny to me, but I don't know, the concept is very amusing. Diesel, just go to a gas station. Well, no, it's like, but like, you draw, like, if you have a marker that's like a silver marker, you draw on the paper, and it's like, oh, and then the marker, without actually, you know, the fumes of gas, it smells like diesel. The scent of diesel is fine. I like the scent of diesel. It's very much a, I have memories that, I could straight up never remove from my brain, because they are linked to too many emotional things, because of diesel. May not make a lot of sense in terms of, like... Because I'm being purposefully vague, because, man, I can be. But in any case. But yeah, what color and scent combination would you guys make? If you're making, like, a scented marker, what would it be? Because I said silver and diesel, because I think that's cool. But I like that. I think, you know what's funny? I feel like these kind of hypotheticals are the reason why my brain is so good at brainstorming and, like, idea stuff. Red dye and blood. There's like a dark red marker that smells like blood. I mean, to be fair, that's kind of metal. It's kind of metal. I can dig it. Mildly concerning for Halloween. Oh, that's fair. That is fair and reasonable. Oh no, they're gonna try and ask for the cats back. Smell-o-vision was a thing. I'd make my phone smell new and my car smell new too. I don't think I would mess with my phone smell, but I would definitely want the... I'm thinking again of like... I feel like just weird scents would be funny. I feel like smell-o-vision was one of those things that it just like... It's funny in concept, but man, in the reality, it's just so weird. Like that 4D theater in Disney, where it's like, ah, yes, the smell of grass. I have been near elephants; they do not smell like that. Like I don't know, I just find it very silly that that's the move they go for. There we go. Nice. Does it make it so many cool robots? I have seen some of that. I have seen the. I've also seen the Defunct Land video. I will not lie. It's like the robots look neat, but man, it feels weird whenever they show them off and then it's like, all right, you gonna do anything with them? They're really cool Olaf. The animatronics are very cool though. I do like them. Am I familiar with Tony Hawk games? Some of them. I remember playing one on the DS. I played Underground 1 and 2 when it came out. I think it's because my brother's fiance played some of that. Why is this on the wall? Huh. But I think they want him to walk around the park. It's really cute. Well, that's neat. But yeah, I have played some of the Tony Hawk games, Ray J. But yeah, the robot stuff, I don't know. It's like, I always feel bad. They use the animatronic for rides. Yeah, it's like, I feel weird, though, whenever they make these really cool robots and then they don't use them for anything. Like, They made that, they made the Judy Hopps one, and it's like, alright, are they gonna do anything with it? And it's like, no. It's like, oh, okay. Damn. Grab this. I think it's just bizarre to me when they invent a really cool thing and then they don't do more with it. I don't know, very strange to me. Okay, this balcony right here, that is so precarious. Are you kidding me? I really forgot there was a racing game called Tony Hawk Downhill Jam. Oh. Where it goes into open research, not just patents. They do a lot of patenting, though. They do a lot of patenting, because they like to own... Disney likes to own a lot of stuff. They like to own their stuff when they can. Especially IPs, but patents too. But, oh, this is a window. Oh, thank goodness. I was gonna say, if this was like a balcony, it's like, that is the most treacherous balcony I've ever seen. Good gravy. I'd feel very unsafe standing on that. Golly. Looked it up, found the best way to play is on the DS. Yeah, I think Downhill Jam's the one I played. Because I know I played the DS game for Tony Hawk, but I think it is Downhill Jam. At least I think so. Is the main villain in that game that guy with the weird yellow hair? He kind of looks like a JoJo villain. But I know that guy. That guy kind of sucks. That I don't know. I might need to look this up. Might need to look it up. You know what's funny? I'm thinking about the difference between this and Heretic, because it's very weird to me to... New image to 3D model. Oh, I see. But... That I know that stuff is actually kind of sick. The image to 3D model, like taking a picture of something in real life and then make a 3D model of it right away. I always thought that was kind of neat. That is really cool. But, like, just the comparison between this and Heretic, man... Like, just a wild concept of, like, how far first-person cameras have changed. Because when you tilt the camera in Heretic, you could see it. That it was actually, like, kind of cracking a little bit. Like, it would warp the image really badly, because it would cause screen tearing. And you'd look up and down like that. And it's like, yeah. Huh? Well, time to keep cleaning. Oh, jeez. I think thinking about how like the first-person shooter, like first-person games in general, changed so rapidly over the 30 years. Man, ain't that a wild concept? Like from 2025 to now, it's like, okay, like 2025 to 1990, basically. Like how far the games have moved. Because we basically have seen, because the games industry really started with Atari in the 70s, so like 74. So let me think. If we go by that logic, the games industry, as we understand, has been around for 50 years, like video games. 50 years of video games, huh? What does that mean? Like 5 decades of experience and wisdom, almost as much as a human lifetime. Like, man. What a wild concept, you know, just to like the idea alone that's like we have been working on improving these systems for this long, you know? But even more so that not only have we been working on those systems for so long, but we've also been like innovating, because the evolution of the genre of like each genre has been an absolutely wild trip to look at, you know? It's like you look at that stuff and it's like, oh, okay, I see. Do I have the... I'll get something really quick. Let's see. I wanted to see if I could buy for this particular washer. Can I buy anything? Let's see. Oh, I can afford this one. Let's see. I want to try it out. Whoa. Wow. I bought a new washer, and this thing is gas. Look at this thing. Meow. Meow. But as I was saying, though, I think just like in the time that you know, games have evolved, it's been interesting to see how each individual genre has changed, and then seeing where the fusions are beginning and like where they started. I think it's nice that also that genre fusion is no longer a weird thing. It's just okay. No, it's every genre is a possible venue for a game and any individual game to grab from. Like, role-playing game elements are grabbed for almost everything nowadays, you know? Like, leveling up, the idea of, you know, getting stronger with every, you know, subsequent challenge. Some of the story elements have been lifted from other games. Some of the cinematic language, too, is grabbed from multiple places, the genre multiverse. Well, it's just like, I feel like, for me, I feel like genre is only a organizational thing. When it comes to what I make, I tend to not care about genre so much. Like, I will look to other things if I'm looking for inspiration for a specific kind, but honestly, I feel like defining yourself solely by genre is a very easy way to kind of box yourself in, you know? At least to me. You know, it's like, it feels like it's very easy to end up accidentally making yourself a one-trick pony if you only focus on your genre tropes. Like, you can do some cool stuff by grabbing from other ideas, you know? The thing that Uncle Iroh said, you know, like, only by learning from all elements can we reach, you know, like, true enlightenment. And in that sense, like, you know, also just looking in places we wouldn't expect to find new inspiration, you know? Man, sometimes you really only find inspiration by looking in places that you aren't sure of. I mean, heck, that's why I play so many weird games on stream. Like, I find a lot of interesting inspirations for all of the games I make because I look in places I wasn't expecting. You gotta look everywhere. Because that's how you really learn. It's good for you. The TLDR is that's good for you, you know? Not to mention that it's generally a great idea to keep the mind sharp, you know, to constantly look for new things to try. I will say there is one game that has it's like only with further exploration did I wish I had a way to construct projects as fast as I could think of them. I think it's good that we can't, because some projects are meant for today and some are meant for tomorrow, you know? Like, I actually do feel like if we were meant to do everything we ever came up with in like as fast as possible, I don't think the ideas would be given the proper time to stew. You know, some ideas are a bit like a slow cooked meat, you know, like you're not really meant to rush that. Like, if you got slow cooked meat in 5 minutes, was it worth it? You know, would it have had time to cook properly? And honestly, I don't think it would. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, you know, like it'd be nice if the thing was done now, but I feel like if that was the case, I feel like it would inadvertently be frustrating, you know, like, because then the idea would come out and you wouldn't have any time to really draft it. I have a couple of game ideas I've been sitting on for a long time, and most of what I do is, like, genuinely, most of what I do when it comes to those ideas is I sit down, I think about it, I write them down and, you know, note them all as best I can, and then I leave them be. Because some of them need some time to be thought over, you know? I add notes to them, sometimes the technology isn't there yet. Or at least my ability to use the technology isn't there yet, you know? A multiverse generator. See, hello Bubbles. Ulysses. That's the girl right there. Squeak. Let's see, what's the next job? How big is the next job? Airship. Oh god. Okay, that one we'll have to wait for later. Let me see about buying some furniture. I could do these while we continue to talk. We might end stream a little early. Let's see. What can I buy? Retro side table. But let's see. Do I have to talk about any schedule stuff? I guess I've already said that, you know, Tuesday we're streaming because my birthday, and Sunday we're gonna do the first replay game of the year. Technically the first stream of the year too, so that'll be fun. Anything else? Anything else? Not really. There we go. There we go. Nice. I've been making this little area. This has been my project. It's just making this little area. I'm gonna have to expand this out some more, but it's nice. I like that they give you the little base to kind of mess with. I like that. All right, I just want to see the next job. Let's see. Site of the Fishman statue. Oh, it's Jeff Jefferson. I forgot that. I'm surprised Jeff Jefferson is still mayor, but yeah, whatever. Oh, good for him. Yeah, I think we'll have to call it a little early just because we don't really have a whole lot more to do in this moment, but that's okay. I really did like Heretic. I do want to play more of it at some point. Maybe not soon, but when we can. So, thank you all for coming by. Thank you to everyone who came by. Couldn't stay to the end. Nice work in cleaning the building. Well, thank you. I'm excited to get some stuff ready for next year. Get some stuff done early. And I do know that going into the new year, it is going to be hit the ground running on some things. So I am going to be working on my next book, which... because this next year is... it's kind of funny. I feel like every other year is kind of when I do my own my solo game projects, which seems to be working well as a method, but I know the next one is going to be quite a jump for me, personally. And it's going to require a lot of research and technology that I'm going to need to master. I do wonder if this will be the first time I take on a game project that's going to take more than a year to do. So I will probably need to plan accordingly. Because the next one I'm doing is going to be in 3D in Godot. I'm not going to work with RPG Maker on the next game. But I will try my best to put together more RPG Maker games when I can. Thankfully, with this part-time job I'm working, I do have more... I have some money that I can put towards my my next works, so that's good. All right. Do good, stay safe, all that fun jazz. I think I'm just gonna call it. So, did I raid? I'm all beans. I have not. I have not recently either. I do not know where he is. Let me see. Is he on right now? Oh, he is. I see. Do we want to go over there? We are small today. Doing a chill art project? Okay, we can go over there. Seems a good day to go over there. Alrighty. Well, we'll go and raid Beans. It'll be nice. Can I just find him in this list, or do I have to type in his name? Yeah, I'll just type it in. There we go. Alrighty. Well. Now whenever I see you guys next, goodbye for now and thank you so much. I'll see you soon.